Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo!
Yo!
Oh, my voice is squeaking. Hey, good morning.
That's not a good sign.
It's a great sign.
Buckle up, people.
Zip your lips. It's a fantastic sign. Cassie, hey, really nice job on the yos. You've gotten really good over the last 3 days.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait, did you howl?
No,
Well,
sorry.
no. Well,
no, it's okay.
That's on me. Voice cracked.
It did.
This coyote must be hitting puberty right now. I have no idea. Voice cracked. Good morning, everybody. What's happening? Flynn, Laundra, Cassie hanging out.
The best tripod.
And a new and improved, very female-heavy tripod here.
Yeah.
I'm outnumbered by
it's
quite
fine.
a lot. I got
2 to 1.
3-1. Got Kane the
Oh,
dog.
Kane,
Don't
true.
forget about Kane.
Forgot about Kane.
She's over here. Gonna get her feelings hurt if you don't talk about her.
I know, I'm
so
sorry,
she's
Kane.
holding it down. She's in Jacob Hester's seat, who is in Pittsburgh. He's a big Pittsburgh guy now. He is there for, of course, the NFL draft this week. That's the big news coming at you. Starting tomorrow night, which, I mean, we're all excited about. I'm more excited about it because we get to, stop talking about the draft.
Right.
At that point, the speculation.
How many more narratives can we?
I mean, people are just making stuff up at this point.
I mean,
Something
people
to
are out
talk
here putting
about.
Kate and McDonald at 5.
Who did that?
I don't know, but they're dumb.
Yeah. Which, would be so awesome if it came true. But I think does this tell people that NFL is such the leader and what people actually care about that
Yeah.
you're just going to talk it now. I just wish that maybe just don't start talking about it until a certain point.
Maybe like a
then you
month
don't run
before.
out. Yeah, maybe like a month
Yeah.
before. But people have been talking about it for, I guess it starts talking. I mean,
After
before
the Super Bowl.
Certainly after the Super Bowl. Definitely heats up at the Senior Bowl. And then
Yeah.
once the Combine's here, it's all nonstop, all people talk about.
Right.
And there's only so many things because nobody plays games. There's only so much film you can watch.
Right.
So people are just making stuff up out there.
Just making stuff up.
I know we're going to get to it later, probably in hour 3, but not the best time for Vrabel to do what he did.
No.
In this time when people are just so tired of hearing and talking about the Combine.
Yeah.
You got to keep those extracurriculars. Maybe at more of a busy time of the year.
Right. And both of you
Yeah. Y'all both knew it.
You're right.
Anyway, we'll get into that. That's
Maybe
an
they
hour.
were so sick of people talking about the draft that they were like,
Yep.
let's get caught.
We got to get a
Like a new topic.
private
Bungalow.
bungalow
Mhm.
to talk about this.
Right.
That's fair. Hey, good morning, ladies. How are y'all doing?
Great. How
How's
are
it?
you?
I'm doing fantastic. Cassie, day 3.
Yeah.
Are you more tired today or are you starting to get used to it?
I think I'm more tired today just because yesterday I went home and crashed and took a 2-hour nap.
Okay.
So I struggled to fall asleep last night
Oh,
after
boy.
that.
That's a rookie move.
So it was a rough.
What
waking
time
up
was
this
the nap
morning.
at? Between what hours?
It was 4:35. So it was a late nap.
So we didn't wake
Yeah.
up till 6:37.
Yeah.
That's a rookie move. But
Yeah.
it
That's when
felt
I go
good,
to
though.
bed.
Did you wake up sweating though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like a really deep
That's a
nap.
good one. That's a good nap.
Marks all over you.
Oh.
Like the deep sleep marks.
Pillow and bed mark. Oh lordy.
I had the blanket over my eyes to block out the
Oh, I
light.
love
Yeah.
sleeping like that.
I get that life. I get it. When I was playing in Green Bay, and I had the weirdest, not a very healthy schedule. I'd go to work, get there like 6:30, 6:30, something like that. And then I'd come home. I'd get home at like 4:35.
Yeah.
I would take a nap from like 5:30 or 6 to 8 at night, like a dummy, because I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get home and
Just sleep.
lay my head down. What else are you gonna do?
Right.
It's Green Bay. Like there's not a whole lot
Dave
to
and
go do.
Buster's.
It's like 0 degrees outside. It's snowing. So I sat there. I'd put on the TV. I'd take a nap. Then I wouldn't go to sleep till like 1:32.
And then wake up at 5
Wake
or
up at
whatever.
that. Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, it wasn't that healthy, but that was my life.
Yeah. Cool.
Laundra, how was your day?
Yesterday?
Yeah, how was your day?
It was good.
Okay, so I know you like LSU versus UNO.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But we're on
They
like,
won.
we did win, which is great. But did you tune in? Like I watched it at home,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't get a lot of like buy-in from the family.
Yeah, they were not
When
into
When they
it.
saw who's UNO. I was like, hey,
Hello.
yeah.
They're right down the street.
Privateers?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What does that mean? Private school ears?
I think they're like pirates or something, no?
Yeah, it's like a pirate.
Privateer?
Yeah, it is privateer, but I think it's like a pirate of some
I'll pull up a picture. I'll show
sort.
you.
But no, so I did not watch because the game started, I think, at 6:30 last night, and I did like an evening Pilates class, and then I went on a walk after that, so I was spending time outside, you know?
Okay, well, we need to tell the people. So we like to challenge our bodies around here.
Yeah.
In the wolf pack, in
We
the
do.
foxhole.
Yeah.
You did a marathon.
me and you do.
You did a marathon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did. Taylor, I don't know.
Jake just be going to.
I did the high rocks. Yeah, Jake, I don't
Yeah.
know what he does. He just like does radio all day long,
Right.
every single day. Now tell the people what you're doing. You're doing something that I think is harder than anything
Yeah.
that we've done before.
I don't know. The marathon was pretty brutal, or it was a half. But I'm attempting to do 75 hard right now. I'm on day 3.
And I'd heard you'd said that, and I've heard about this, and I've heard
Yeah.
about people doing it and talking about it, and I was like, always like, that's something I have zero interest in doing.
I know. I don't really have. I'm just gonna do it just to see if I can.
Well, with that attitude,
Yeah.
you just got to be like, I know I'm going to do
Right.
it. It's going to
I mean,
stink.
so far it hasn't been that. I mean, it's only day 3, but it hasn't been that bad. And I'm going to Starkville this weekend, so if anything, like the rule is that if you break the streak, you just have to start over from day 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, I'm gonna be here on Monday being like, I
If
had
you
to start
break the
75
streak,
hard.
you have to, so you could do it's like the rest of your life.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how many days I can get this time.
Yeah.
I got to 4.
I think
That's my
that
record.
like after Starkville, if I break it while I'm there, after that, I don't have anything coming up to where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like break 75 hard.
So 75 hard is
It's
clearly meant to be hard.
yeah,
75 days.
75 days,
So strict diet.
strict like a diet of your choosing. You can actually choose a diet, but yeah, I'd say strict. No cheat days, no alcohol. You work out twice a day, 45-minute, just whatever workout, and then 45 minutes of it has to be outside. And then you have to drink a gallon of water, which I think is the hardest one. And then
That's the hardest one for you?
a gallon of water, like I feel like keeping up, I don't, like I drink water throughout the day, but I don't keep track of how much I do.
And you have anything mixed in the water?
I do. Sometimes I put a little My High in there.
Okay, so you but
So
you
like
can,
yesterday
but it
I
doesn't
did.
have to be like
right, it
pure
doesn't have to.
H2O.
Yeah. Yesterday I did because I did the hot Pilates, but a gallon, and then the other hard part, you got to read 10 pages of a book.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Which 10 pages doesn't seem like a lot.
No, I was falling asleep reading, and then I had 5 pages left, and I was like, I don't know if I can get through the other 5 pages. I did, but I was falling asleep.
So 75 straight days of a strict diet, no alcohol,
Right.
45-minute workout inside, 45-minute workout outside.
Yeah.
How like is there a sleep situation? No screens.
No, there's not
feels
any
like,
of that.
Feels like there could have been in this.
Yeah.
And then they also force you to read books.
Right. And drink a gallon of water.
Oh yeah, drink a gallon of water.
Oh, and you also have to take a picture every day, like
Okay.
a progress picture every day.
Okay. I guess mirror selfie.
Yeah, like or whatever. I guess. Yeah, I've been
Like
doing
just
a mirror selfie.
for your eyes only.
Yeah,
situation?
like and I have an app, and you just upload
You
it
want-
into the
okay.
app.
Oh, so like
Oh man,
China's getting it.
I'm gonna stop doing that.
Yeah.
How did I not think of that? I'm like,
About China?
well, so I trust Andy Frisella, the guy that created 75 Hard, because
Okay.
he's very like, I used to listen to his podcast all the time, and that's how I got 75 Hard,
Okay.
or how I heard about it. He has a book out and everything about it. I don't think Andy would be selling my selfies to China. China
Oh,
don't
wow.
want my
I
selfies.
say a lot of these companies that have apps, like the most valuable asset that the company has is information
All
on
right.
people.
I'm
Personal
gonna stop doing
information.
it just in case.
Wait, why do you have to download to the app though? Is
Well,
it
it's
like,
just you don't have to do it, but it's like if you want to keep up with it, like in a
so there's an
place.
app to it that you
There's a
track
75
like
hard
every
app,
day?
and you like check off on the list.
And so does any part of it change? Like I know like sometimes these lengthy things like self improvement.
Yeah, I don't think it
self-discipline things
does.
like
It's
the
just
first 10
this-
days it's this, the next 10 days it's something else. So it's just straight. Read a book.
yeah.
What are you reading?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay. All right. I think the Monte Cristo used to be a sandwich at Bennigan's.
It is a sandwich, and I think it did used to be at.
And it had powdered sugar on top.
I don't know anything about it.
Pretty sure. I never got it because it didn't look very good to me.
No.
Like, I respect a little, like, sweet and savory
Yeah.
situation happening,
Same.
but not to that extent.
No.
I don't want powdered sugar on my sandwich.
No, that feels too like a step too far.
Cassie, how do you feel about 75 hard? Do you think it's something you might like to do?
I feel like I could do some of it. Maybe I could do like 75 soft. I don't think I could
75
do
hard-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
hard-ish.
I got that.
I like same with you. I feel like I'd fall asleep reading a book.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
cannot read a book and like pay attention and like
Have you ever been
it's
diagnosed
really bad.
as a squirrel
No.
seer? This might come to a shock as y'all, but I it's tough for me to sit and like read a paper book. I can follow along and like listen. Like y'all know, I'm a diagnosed squirrel seer.
Yeah.
It's always
We're
been
familiar.
it's always familiar with my game.
I'm very
it-
familiar.
It has always been a challenge for me to do it because I'll read for 30 minutes
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be however many pages in and I'm like, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what I just read right there.
My brain
Yeah.
will start to wander and like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I'll just start
remember what I
thinking
just
about
read.
what I have to
Yeah.
do later on in the day. There's just too many things.
I do
happening.
find myself having to reread
Yeah.
paragraphs
And
or
that,
like
like,
pages.
Yeah.
Stresses me out, so then I just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like clothespins on my eyes last night
Yep.
trying to finish the last 5 pages. Also, somebody is in the comments like, you never read that book in high school. I do this thing where I go back and read books that I read in high school or like classics back in the day, and I read them as an adult to see if I like have a different perspective on them.
That's fair.
Because The Catcher in the Rye was way different in high school than it was for me as an adult.
I don't think I ever finished a book in high school.
Cassie, you gotta be-
Sorry, teachers,
Hey,
but I don't think
before
I
8 a.m., you got to be careful what you say around here. You got children in cars right now listening to
Right.
you.
I'm a bad influence.
So
Kids, finish your books.
let's finish your books. I
Don't listen to Cassie.
I've read thousands of books. I love them on audio.
I feel like that probably would have been different. Like maybe if I listened to it while I was reading it,
Yep.
it would have been more helpful.
Mm-hmm. I feel like audiobooks are pretty elite, especially on a car ride. Oof. I don't think I ever read the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, I think that was one of the requirements. That The Great Gatsby was one.
You
I
know?
think I actually finished The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
I loved
I
The
didn't.
Great Gatsby.
I love the movie too with
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
The DiCaprio movie is my
I
favorite.
didn't mess with that one.
Really?
I remember like the only one that was required reading that I got into and I
Like
really
Hamlet?
liked, no, was The Hobbit.
That was a
never had to
required
read The
reading?
Hobbit.
That was required reading
Huh.
for us. Not a big deal. We were a little bit cooler
Yeah,
over
I guess so.
Tyler Lee.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
That Hamlet was always one. Frankenstein. trying to think. I think The Alchemist was one.
I remember the man. Y'all had a lot of reading.
To Kill a Mockingbird was one.
Okay, we had that one
we had
too.
To Kill a
Night.
Mockingbird.
It was
With
like
Atticus.
Yeah.
Atticus Finch.
Sometimes, I mean, those mockingbirds. Let me tell you something about a mockingbird. They're the state bird of Texas, and so like growing up, they're supposed to be like sacred. Like, ooh, you got a mockingbird in your backyard.
Yeah.
Them some a-holes. They are an a-hole breed of a bird.
I guess I've never came across one that was like mean.
So my parents, they would like to have like bird feeders out in the yard. Love a hummingbird feeder. Love a bird feeder. We had little woods in our backyard, so we'd get these pretty little birds. Nice. It's very lovely to look at. I've never seen anybody complain about a pretty bird in their backyard, a nice little bird feeder. But if you get a mockingbird that comes around, fights everything, scares all the pretty birds away. Got no color out there. You got nothing.
That's messed up.
No nice little songs in the morning.
Yeah.
They just, they go wrestle them. They peck them.
Wow.
They yell at them. They scream at them too. One time, my dad told me, hey, son, we need our pretty birds back.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take care of this, go ahead. Nobody's watching. A couple less mockingbirds.
Is this like the
Like
coyote
statute-
situation?
yeah, the statute of limitations is run out. But yes, in Texas, there might have been a situation at the Flynn household backyard with the state bird.
With the state birds,
With
crazy.
the state bird. I know.
That's like a federal crime.
No,
I don't think it is,
that, I don't
actually,
think that
but-
actually checks out.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think the U.S. government protects state birds.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It should be a federal crime.
Of the Republic of Texas. No, we're not going to make this about Texas. Okay?
No.
I'm just saying. I had to get that out there because it's something that plagues me today. I see a mockingbird in my yard right now. I chase it off. We're not committing any crimes.
Yeah.
We're chasing it off.
Right. Because you're not about to have the Cardinals not in my backyard.
That's what I'm saying. The Blue
Yeah.
Jays, the Cardinals,
I get it.
the Finches.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't know. It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's April 22nd. It's a day before the draft. We got a little midweek baseball last night, which is exciting. We'll talk about that. We'll discuss. We're gonna have Jay Clark joining the show at 8:30.
Correct.
Dr. Stephen Etheridge is going to come in as well in the 8 o'clock hour. Maybe he can tell us what a hammock bone is. Like
Maybe he can, yeah.
Jake was super confident.
He
like,
knew.
Oh yeah, hammock bone.
And
for
I
sure.
asked him how to pronounce it. And he's like, yeah, Hammett.
Hammock. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never heard of it
Me
until
either.
yesterday.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll get an explanation for all of us other folks that are just kind of, we like baseball, but we're not following the injury tracker that much. Maybe he can help explain that. And then, who knows what else we're going to get to. Like I said, it's April 22nd. There's not a ton.
NBA playoffs?
Maybe there's a spring football, NBA playoffs. There's a hockey fight, too.
Really?
That was a good one,
Oh,
too.
bullfighters.
Bullfighters.
We're gonna talk
Anyhow,
bullfighters.
there's really, honestly, there's no question what we're going to be talking about. I have no idea. We're going to figure it out as we go. If you want to follow along, too, on YouTube, jump in the chat. Talk with us back and forth. Feel free to ask questions, whatever. Just join us. Be part of the show with us on the chat here on YouTube. But we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you joining in. We hope everybody has a fantastic day today. Stay safe in traffic this morning as well. I got here at 5:45 this morning. It was already starting to get stopped traffic by the bridge. So good luck out there. I don't know how it looks now. We got no windows here. So stick with us. It's going to be a fantastic show right here. Stick with us on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
All right. I want to tell you about our awesome new friends over at Emerson Heating and Air Company. They have been out to my house twice now. One to give me a little spring checkup. Make sure my AC unit is rocking and rolling, ready to go for summer. And another time, I had a backed up drain line over there, and I called them on a Wednesday. They were out there on a Thursday. My AC was running and humming and purring like it never has before on Thursday. So they are the best. They are a company that truly, like, their owners are involved in it. It's not this big company. We used to work with a company that was so corporate. I had to call an 800 number. Like, the people that came out there, they didn't know my name. Like, these people, they're in the business. And guess what? If you call them right now, there's an OTB special right now. Make sure that AC is up and running before summer. $89 special for that spring service. So give them a call or go see them at emsair.net.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here. Off the Bench, a Wednesday morning. Flynn, Alondra Cassie, Kane the dog, filling in. Jake is out. He is at the NFL draft this week. And he'll be there the next 3 days. So we will be holding it down today. And then we're on location tomorrow. We're actually going to be live from the LSU Parade Grounds tomorrow. Is it the Parade Grounds?
Yeah, the Parade Grounds.
Yeah, the Parade Grounds.
Yeah.
For a fantastic event that we'll tell you all about. throughout the show today. And then, of course, tomorrow. But today, live from the Raising Cane studio, Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental, your most trusted family and cosmetic dentist around. So go check them out there at hooddentalcare.com. Go check it out. All right. LSU played baseball.
Hell yeah.
They scored more runs than the other team.
That's good.
So y'all ready to potentially get the show started?
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, go to GoFlowIV.com, GoFlow IV Spa, right there in Baton Rouge on Jefferson Highway near Bocage. IV therapy, IV therapy, IV therapy. Go check it out. If you've never done it before, if you've just heard about it, you've seen people do it, maybe you've seen people on the socials do it. Well, it's popular for a reason because it works. It gets straight to your bloodstream. IV therapy gets you hydrated. We're talking about getting vitamins boosted right in there, feel better, boost that immune system. And they have something for everything. Go to GoFlowIV.com. You can kind of check out their menu of like pre-made cocktails, but then they also have these add-ins that you can put in there if you have an upset stomach. They got some for that. If you got a lot of inflammation one day, maybe you just started a new workout trend, maybe a 75 hard or something. Maybe you got a little soreness in you. They got something for that as well. It truly is amazing. You're going to walk in feeling one way, and you're going to walk out feeling a lot better. And you know what? Probably looking a lot better too. So go check them out. GoFlow IV. GoFlowIV.com. All right, LSU baseball took to the diamond last night on a Tuesday game, a midweek game. And you know, you can't ever take these for granted, especially this season for LSU baseball. We've certainly had our fair share of woes on a Tuesday night. But LSU Tigers take care of business. They defeat UNO. The Privateers, Cassie, did you find that logo? Is it a pirate?
Yeah. Hang on, I'll pull it up.
That's a pirate.
It's a pirate.
That's absolutely a pirate.
But they are the Privateers.
The logo.
But they're the Privateers. Interesting.
They're the Privateers.
Okay.
It's a pirate.
All right. I would just say Pirateers if I was them. But that's just me. I don't really know the history. But, good for them. Anyway, the LSU beats.
Okay.
What?
I know the difference. I just looked it up.
Okay.
A privateer is a privately owned ship. So, they're allowed to do this. And pirates are, illegal. Like, pirates do what they do illegally.
Okay, so they're nice pirates.
Right. They're good pirates.
They're good pirates. So they are legally owning a ship. They're not illegally boarding other ships and stealing their booty.
Yeah, so, no booty stealing from the privateers. But the pirates are out here robbing the seas.
Yeah, so the privateers probably have legal
The privateers
business.
are getting robbed by the pirates.
Interesting. So they're selling probably just goods and trading merchants on water. But they dress similar. Why would one people have the different clothes at that time than another one? Right? So they dress similar. They look similar.
Privateers actually attack enemy ships during wartime, and they're authorized by the government to do it.
So do the privateers attack the pirates?
Maybe so.
They could. Interesting flip there.
They often acted like pirates.
They dress as pirates to infiltrate their system.
Yeah.
Undercover.
And defeat them from the inside out. I don't know. I like this.
You learn something new every day.
I don't know. Pirates is cooler. Could have just been the Pirateers.
Right.
All right.
Privateer, a little too wholesome.
Kind of nerdy. You're a legal and wholesome pirate.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's why you got beat last time.
They do blow up wartime ships.
Well, so
they
cool.
are kind of badass.
That is cool.
Yeah.
But you can see where the confusion lies looking at the mascot and the logo.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, look, we learned something today. And I hope you did too, if you're listening. Oh, look at that, though.
Definitely looks
that's
like
a pirate.
He's got a sword and everything.
But I guess his clothes are a little bit nicer than a pirate would. Jacket's not quite as long.
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow looked a lot dingier.
He did look a lot dingier than that. So these guys have showers on their boats.
Mm-hmm.
No question. Or just jump in the ocean and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they have a plank?
Probably for the
bad guys,
war
though.
criminals.
For the war criminals.
Yeah.
People that actually, but they probably stand trial first.
Yeah. They're fair.
Hard but fair.
Right.
Okay.
Shout out to privateers.
Yeah, shout out to the privateers. All right, respect. We learned a lot about our own state one of our own state universities today. All right, good. All right, LSU baseball beats them though, 10-7.
Hell yeah.
10-7 win last night on a Tuesday night. And I think we're coming off the Jake Brown news, the Cooper Moore news. Like, what's it going to be? You could tell Jay wanted to get a lot of people some looks yesterday. Got a lot of people back in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And what can only be described as kind of a little bit of a youth movement probably yesterday, getting a lot of people. And they came through. Big fifth inning, 7 runs in the fifth. Jack Ruckert, Omar Cerna, Mason Braun, William Patrick all got involved at the plate in that win. And, they scored 7 runs in the fifth inning to take a lead, I believe at the time
it was
they
2
were
to
down.
1.
Was it 2-1?
Well, I think they were in the lead 2-1. I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, they were down 2-1 going into that fifth.
Which is kind of how like the season has been going, with like the exception of the fifth inning where you scored 7 runs, and you've had a couple of series where that happens, where your offense is cold for like Tennessee. That kind of happened with them where they were cold, but then they would explode for like 10 runs in 1 inning.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the story of the season. But to me, we were talking about this when Will came in the other day, how ironically to me, it feels like the bullpen is really the only thing that's headed in the right direction. Not the starting pitching, but the bullpen itself. And I mean, Grant Fontenot did well last night, 4 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, but Danny Lockenmeyer, he has had like a few good outings, and he had an inning and 2/3 and 5 strikeouts last night. And as a staff, you had 2, 4, 5. Bad at math. But you didn't have that many walks. You had way more strikeouts than you did walks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's just kind of been the story of the season.
Yeah, I think the bullpen was pretty good yesterday. Besides the outlier, San Diego Garcia was not very good. I think he came in and
he gave it 2 runs.
He promptly hit a batter with a 3-0 count. Then he walked the next guy, I think, on 5 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Wild pitch. He wasn't good. And then I think
and
he
then
gave
Gavin.
up. Yeah. So
Gavin gave up 3 runs too.
But you know what? Yeah, like you said, I mean, that was kind of, their season in a nutshell. Like, okay throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only outlier that I saw from the rest of the season, 0 errors.
Oh.
No errors out
there.
Nice. So I think, actually some of these freshmen that did well. We talked about the freshman in the 5th inning. Jack Ruckert had 2 hits in the 5th. And he played pretty nice on defense as well. Omar Cerna had a 2-run single. Mason Braun had a pinch hit single. And had a little diving catch in left field as well.
Yeah.
So we flashed some gloves out there. Then the other freshman, William Patrick, got hit by a pitch in that inning.
It's good to see, though, Stephen Milam have a couple of good offensive games in a cluster. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like maybe he's headed in a good direction as well.
Yep.
But if you're going to get hot, now is the time.
I mean,
it is now or never. Like, now is the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and last night, it wasn't like there wasn't any one person that just had a great day at the plate. You had Aaron Beatty, had a home run, a line drive home run. But I think the only person with more than 1 hit was Jack Ruckert, who had 2 in 1 inning, which is fantastic. But, I mean, nobody just completely went off. Certainly, we saw Zach York back in the lineup. He was over 3. I believe he drew a walk, though, in that 5th inning that helped kind of that offensive production. But no one just, like, completely stood out. So certainly a lineup that's going to miss Jake Brown. And I know he hasn't been producing the way we hoped or expected he would in SEC play, but he's still a stabilizing force in the lineup. And I get it. The team is kind of, to this point of the year, is what it is, and you have to turn it around. But having Jake Brown in the lineup certainly was that stabilizing factor, and from a leadership standpoint, and a vet. And he was, with his woes in SEC play, still batting 309 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
But Derek Curiel, still your guy, batting 354. Kate Arambini batting 311 on the season. Jake Brown was at 309. And those are the only three above 300. So Stephen Milan is starting to produce well, but from the plate, but he is still 281 for the season. So,
yeah.
But I mean, we've seen that dude. He's a dude. So,
and he's really clutch.
And he's gonna have to step up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are gonna have to step up. Aaron Beatty's gonna have to continue to do what he's doing. Curiel, just keep doing you.
Right. Maybe losing Brown, they're like, oh, let's go win for our boy.
Yeah.
You know?
Curiel is going to be the highest drafted guy on the team, right?
Probably.
I would think so.
Yeah.
He's the one guy that he gets up to the plate, like from a game-to-game basis.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy is going to give a competitive at-bat.
Every time.
He's going to have a good eye, but he's going to also protect the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's going to get his swings in, his cuts in, and protect every single pitch.
Right.
Like that's the one guy. Now, some guys, I feel like that for a game or two.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what are they doing kind of situation.
You talk about professional hitter.
Yeah.
Derek Curiel.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of those on this team.
No, we do not. Okay, look, let's go to break. Let's come back on the other side and let's keep talking a little LSU baseball. I know we kind of discussed a little bit this week about Jay's roster comments after this past weekend. But I want to get into that a little bit more and just kind of keep talking about where LSU baseball could be headed this season. But, yeah, stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, I'll tell you about our friends, awesome friends over at Gulf Coast Office Product. In today's world, your business, whether it's one person, two person, or 1,000 people, it can't afford any downtime. So, like I said, whether you're running a small office, a school, a full-scale company, when the printers stop, when the copiers jam, everything slows down. Business comes to a halt, and that's where Gulf Coast Office Product steps in. They are Louisiana's leader in office technology, and for over 40 years, Gulf Coast has kept businesses like yours running smoothly with copiers, printers, managed IT services that actually make sense for you. So, but what actually sets them apart is not just the technology, it's the people. The award-winning local service team responds fast, keeps you up and running, and treats your business like their own. That's why you'll see their name in offices, schools, athletic departments all across Louisiana. So go check them out. Go to gcopnet.com. Keep your business running smoothly, gcopnet.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back in here off the bench. Wednesday morning. Hall and Oates Day, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we get graced with one of these days about once a month. I would say get Hall and Oates Day.
Right, you have to.
I know we get 80s on Tuesday, but
And it's like R&B, but Jake's not here, and he's the only one that really cares that much about it.
that's true. I mean, it's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a great day, but
It's just like
Daryl Hall, John O.
Yeah. If Jake's not here, like I'm not gonna make the effort to go deep
Right.
into my brain.
Sure.
And pull out some R&B music because it's
got,
not my thing.
when you got Daryl Hall just sitting there waiting.
Right. And all of their songs are hits. I don't have to think about it.
I mean, if you go look at other like the best artists in the world from
Mhm.
the 80s, even the early 90s,
Yeah.
they will say Daryl Hall was maybe the most talented person out there vocally.
I mean, their harmonies are unreal. I like to listen to them with headphones on.
Yep.
Because the way that they compose their music is so good. And there's like so many different elements to it that I want to catch all of it.
Yep. Just don't get surface level with Hall and Oates. You gotta
No,
take a deep dive.
Right.
You know who else is unreal?
Who?
Tommy's.
Windows, doors, and siding?
Yep. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go check them out at gotommys.com.
Yo, Tommy!
There you go. Cassie, I told you were going to have to say it today.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
She doesn't
I can't even.
Cassie. Just a simple yo, Tommy.
Yo, Tommy!
Go Tommy's or
Yo, Tommy.
Yo Tommy.
It's Yo Tommy here, but Go Tommy's, G-A-U-X, Tommy's.com. Go check my Windows Door Siding. The best in the business. They're winning awards like every single year. Is that good? If you win the award for being the best at what you do every year since 2016, go check them out at gotommys.com. If you got a project, a new build, windows, doors, siding, let them do the installation. Boom, lifetime warranty. Is that good? It's good for an entire lifetime. So go check them out. If you have a project happening, make sure you give Tommy's a call. Let them quote you. Let them just discuss your project. Maybe they got some ideas you've never even thought of before. And okay, yeah, you're going to get a couple prices. You want to see who you mesh well. Make sure, do yourself a favor. See why Tommy's wins an award every single year. Go check them out at gotommys.com. Okay, we talked about the LSU UNO game. Huge victory for the Tigers last night, midweek game. Huge. 10-7 against the legal Pirates.
Right.
The good guys on the water. But what we haven't really talked about was Jay's comments after this past weekend getting swept for the second weekend in a row against Texas A&M. Okay, so when this came out Friday, the Saturday before their second game in the series. So he made some comments about, this shouldn't happen again. And taking ownership, which is what you want a coach to do. Every good coach, every good leader of a team always takes ownership, whether it's his fault or not. He always takes ownership. And I was always told as a quarterback, you got to do that. If you make a bad, if you fumble a snap and it wasn't your fault, say, it was my fault as a quarterback. It's always your fault as the quarterback because you're the leader. You have to take ownership. You don't ever want to throw anybody under the bus. And that's what Jay's doing a lot right here. But kind of a little bit backhandedly also saying that his team or some of the guys on the team aren't performing the way he wants to, kind of like the old Skip Bourbon story. It's like, hey, it's not your fault that you missed that. It's my fault for recruiting you type deal. Like we've heard that story told 1,000 times here as Tiger fans. And you get coaches that say that all the time, right? There's always like, I made the biggest mistake, recruiting. I shouldn't have done that. That's on me. That's not on you. You're not good enough to do that, blah, blah, blah. But what you don't really hear a lot is it kind of discussed like that openly in the media, especially like in the middle of the season and especially in the middle of a series like that. And he said, quote, I made some mistakes in constructing the team and trying to replace two guys that were irreplaceable, where we should have looked for replacing them through guys that were already in the program and then replace the guys that were athletic and could play defense and be more complete players. So, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like he's trying to replace the power hitting of Jared Jones and Ethan Fry from a year ago through the transfer portal. Instead of trying to replace them, of course, he got replacement this year by Jake Brown, who leads the team with home runs, but trying to do so with a lot of the transfers. And so that would be Zach York, Trent Caraway, Seth Dardar, Braden Simpson, all guys that were brought in that have, I don't want to say like the word failed or anything, but like
it's been underwhelming.
It's been underwhelming and has not gotten you the production that you went in as the reigning national champion. Mm-hmm. You would think you'd get the cherry pick, right? And you're from a school that will give you any resource you want. So they were probably cherry picked at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the transfer portal is like in college baseball, especially after guys get picked through in the draft and different things like that. But what Jay's saying is he wants to recruit power out of high school and promote that from within, and then kind of also go in the transfer portal to get the athletic guys, the more athletic guys, instead of having to recruit power. And I was kind of like trying to figure out why, just because it didn't work one year, like would that be the philosophy? Is that because power hitting is so hit or miss?
Well, so
like streaky?
Yeah. So we asked him at the beginning of the season, and he used like the Moneyball analogy, right? Yeah. Like he, not money wise, but just in terms of trying to have the same amount of production from multiple people that you had from two people on the team.
Right.
I think the issue with that is that you don't have somebody that's like pitchers from other teams are scared to pitch to them because except for maybe Derek Curiel, where pitchers are like pitching around them
at a time, and Jake Brown
right,
at a time.
Right. Mm-hmm. But as of recent, no, I don't think that you've had somebody that's like a dude on your team. And like the Moneyball approach works whenever you have somebody like Jared Jones that's hitting just bombs all season. And you haven't had that this season. Yeah. I think you need one or two other guys that are dudes before you can try that approach.
And look, the four guys that were, we would think that were probably brought in to replace the two big bats from a year ago. Zach York's batting .248, 6 home runs. Trent Caraway batting .250, 2 home runs. Seth Dardar batting .266, 5 home runs. Braden Simpson batting .250 with 2 home runs. Braden with probably the least amount of at-bats or opportunities. You can't predict that as a coach, right? Like you can recruit what you see. And what you saw in recruiting these guys was way better batting averages, way more production and power. And sometimes as a coach, you just can't. You got to control the controllables, and sometimes you can't control that. Batters getting slumps, and they certainly just have not performed on the SEC level. I say the SEC level, like
not even the midweek level.
Not even the midweek level.
Yeah, not even the Conference USA level.
I think Zach had rang off 4 home runs real early.
Yeah,
everyone's like, all right.
It's whenever your first swing at the bat ever is a home run.
Yeah,
you think that's a sign of things to come, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, it sounds good. All right. Well, here's to hoping they get it turned around quick. Let's go to break. We're going to finish out with surprise, everybody. We're going to finish out with a short segment here in hour one. So stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to First American Bank and Trust, FABT.com. It doesn't matter for which reason either. If you're having a personal bank account, if you just want a different banker, maybe you just want another bank. Maybe it's a commercial loan. Maybe it's a mortgage. It doesn't matter because there's something that's comfortable for everybody. If you are, especially something as important as your money. We work hard for the money. So you want to make sure that you're doing and parking that money and banking with somebody that you trust, knowing your banker, getting straight answers, and working with people who care about your success and frankly, the success of people in Louisiana because they are a Louisiana bank. For more than 100 years, they've helped families buy homes. They've helped people build businesses, plan for the future, and that's all done with local bankers who live and work right here in your community. So no phone trees when you call, no out-of-state decisions, just honest banking that's built on trust. First American Bank and Trust is with you every step of the way, FABT.com.
At Parrish, we're built for tough players and tough roofs.
Coach is tough on us about preparation, and Parrish brings that same championship mindset.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
ParrishGroup.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. Look, back pain can sideline you from the things you love. That's why I trust Dr. Kevin McCarthy and the team at the Spine Center of Louisiana. Dr. McCarthy doesn't just treat symptoms. He gets to the root of the problem. From advanced injection therapy to minimally invasive surgery, they've got the expertise to get you back in the game. With 5 locations across Louisiana, including right here in Baton Rouge, quality care is close to home. Call the Spine Center of Louisiana or visit spinecenterla.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient. And the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Wednesday morning, closing out hour number 1. That was a fast hour. What happened?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're having fun. That's right. We got a new and improved tripod here, holding down the fort here on Off the Bench this morning.
I think this is the best tripod.
Is it? Sorry, Taylor. Taylor's out? Is that what you're saying? Cassie, you're crushing it today. Your word count's up today.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
talked
trying.
a lot.
I'm trying.
I told her she had to today.
You did walk in and you said, I need both of your word counts up.
Gotta
Right.
make up for Jake leaving.
I know. Son of a gun. All right. Both of y'all.
God.
How do y'all feel? If y'all were recruited to LSU
Uh-huh.
to hit bombs,
Yeah.
and then you don't hit bombs,
Right.
and then your coach says he made a mistake.
You
How
right.
you feeling?
You right, coach.
Yeah, that's on me. Chest
Yeah.
out.
Yes. I mean, like, obviously I'd be a little butthurt, but like, you know what? I'm not producing. You right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, coach, why you got to air us out like that? Like, everyone gets it.
That's the first time I've ever seen Jay or heard Jay do anything like that,
I
to be
know.
fair.
And, like,
so
I-
you know he's done.
Like, the immediate reaction to it for me was like, oh, man. Like, I get into the season, and I get, like, lighting a fire. But I did think that was out of character a little bit. But look, everything Jay does, I feel like is so calculated.
Yes.
So maybe it's just one of those things that we've seen him get thrown out of games calculated.
Mm-hmm.
And he told us on the show, he's like, "Yep, that's calculated."
Yeah.
I don't think he made a misstep there. He did it for a reason. So hopefully it pans out. All right, we're going to close out hour number 2, our Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental. Stick with us, hour number 2. Dr. Stephen Etheridge joining us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to Ochsner.org. Ochsner, if you have any ailments, if you're just looking to stay healthy or get healthy, doesn't matter. Ochsner Hospital, Ochsner clinics all over the Gulf South. You know the name. We've seen them. They work with all the New Orleans Saints. They work with everybody, and they are the best in the business. So, and it doesn't matter what it is. If you have family practitioner, if you have pediatrics, women's care, emergency, it doesn't really matter. So go to Ochsner.org right there. You can check out the primary care, pediatrics, their cancer care system. They are the best in the business, and that's why they do it. So go to Ochsner.org, and they have the My Ochsner app as well. You can also go to Ochsner.org and put in your symptoms. They'll tell you exactly the locations to go to nearest you. Go check them out. The best in the business, Ochsner.org.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
With Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench here on a Wednesday morning. Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental Care. Go check them out, hooddentalcare.com. If you are looking for, maybe it's a new dentist, maybe if you're like in your late 20s, early 30s, and you just realize, like, I'm trying to figure out how to adult, and I forgot that I got to go to the dentist like every year or maybe a couple times a year. Just forgot that part. My parents aren't taking care of those appointments anymore. Go check them out, hooddentalcare.com. They do everything, and they what sets them apart is they are just committed to excellence in all things dentist. So whether it's cosmetics, whether it's family dentistry, all things, go check them out, hooddentalcare.com. And we are so fired up that they help bring this show to you every single Wednesday. And we are also fired up that every single Wednesday we get to Dr. Stephen Etheridge joining the show. Doc, good morning. How you doing?
Morning. Still figuring out this adulting thing as well. So,
dude, it stinks, doesn't it?
It's not fun.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
And you're a doctor.
Yeah. I don't like the adult side.
I did. Like it was a while, and still probably not the most consistent with it. But like, you got to schedule your own dentist appointment.
Like you got to. It's important.
It is important. And one of my when I got out of the NFL, one of my welcome to actual life and being a real human being outside of the professional football world was like having to book my own doctor appointment and sign up and go to a waiting room.
It's a big deal. And I mean, you don't do it. I believe that I think they attribute the cause of George Washington's death to poor dental issues.
Yeah, wooden teeth.
Got him. Yeah. And I think it eventually caused, some infections and other things that,
my God,
our first president, if you got him, it can get you too.
I know. It got George Washington. Right. I don't know. I hadn't seen a lot of wooden teeth around, but
no.
Yeah. Oh well, Doc. So last week you were in Fort Worth with the gymnastics team.
We were a great trip. Girls did awesome.
God, they did, didn't they?
Just a couple, not even a tenth of a point shy. And
what point? 0.85, something like that.
Yeah, they did awesome. Really proud of them. They battled through. We talk a lot about medical, and I've said before they're tough and. They had to be there. They were fighting at the end, and
I'm sure
a lot of stuff that accumulates. So really proud of them.
Yeah, it's impressive that you talked about on the show when you called in from Fort Worth about all the stuff. Like there's a difference between hurt and injured, right? But at the abuse that they put onto their body, and like you see how beautiful and elegant and easy they make the moves look during the meet. But what you don't see is the amount of times they have to do that and push themselves in practice to be good at that. So I'm sure most of that stress comes from just the training.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work that goes into it. Like you said, it's just you only see a fraction of it, and that's really, to be fair, any sport. But I feel like that's one where that's extremely true is with gymnastics. That the work, not just the practice and the preparation, but the medical, the preparation they have to go to, the work the staff does, the training staff. Jenny, the trainer with the gym, she does a great job getting those girls ready, but it's. And then when I'm watching them doing what they're doing, knowing that some of them are fighting through it, I'm holding my breath probably even more than the rest of everybody because I'm like, oh gosh, I hope that injury doesn't flare up right now, and it's it's impressive what they do even without the injuries. But then you factor that in, it's just that much more.
Well, you get a little adrenaline pumping too.
Oh yeah,
maybe like if you got the same injury and it's a meet that maybe not quite as big as the national level, you got a little adrenaline. And I know that they have to control that too. That's part of their training is controlling that adrenaline flow.
Yeah, you have to because you can't be too amped up. It's not kind of like can't be a nut out there. But
well, we got Jay Clark coming on the show at 8:30, so can't wait to kind of give his just rundown. I mean, I want to show like his post-meet speech to the girl. It's just great. He's a great steward.
He's been fantastic. He's such a good representative for the university, like you said. But he's just such a healthy program where they're at. Unfortunately, that's not always the case with gymnastics. You look at some of these programs around the country, and it's not always the healthiest sport, not just from the physical side, but a lot of times the mental stuff that goes into it. And he does a fantastic job of kind of having his thumb on the pulse of what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. So
do they shut those girls down for like a month now?
Yeah.
Got to, right?
Got to.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah, they need it. They've earned it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Doc. Let's talk a little bit. A couple injuries came to kind of the headlines yesterday for LSU. Certainly, the pitcher has been out for. We've had a pitcher out for multiple weeks, and so we didn't know. I kind of figured he was out for the year, but we heard officially yesterday, kind of out. I don't want to ask specifically about the injury, but as a former thrower myself, I was telling the story about. I think yesterday I had elbow tendonitis 1 year, and it almost cost me the last couple of years of my career because sometimes you have these injuries, and there's so many small muscles in your forearm and the elbow area that they lock up. They do their job for a reason. They lock up to protect different things. And I just could not get this one spot healed. And it was one of those situations where it was like, all right, we're going to take 2 months off. You're not going to throw a ball for 2 months. We're going to rehab it. We're going to strengthen. We're going to do all different treatments on it. And I did it. 2 months later, I threw the ball, and it felt the exact same as it did 2 months before. And I was like, all right, well, I'm out of here. I'm going to go try something else somewhere else. And so it's one of those situations where the body just did not do the things that it wanted to, so we had to figure something else out. Is there a hope that sometimes when you get these shoulder or elbow injuries, whatever it may be, that the body takes over and does its thing, and then you just have to make a different assessment? Is there two diagnoses or assessments that can come from the same injury when it comes to a highly used elbow shoulder situation for a thrower?
Yeah, for sure there are. And it's I tell patients all the time, whether it's our athletes or in my clinic, just the people that are coming in, there's different types of injuries out there. There's some that are very obvious. We know exactly with this injury that this is the right treatment, that this is going to be what we have to do. If you tear your ACL, we know we need to go reconstruct an ACL. If you have a lot of these kind of overuse injuries, which is what most throwing injuries are going to be. Most of the times it's going to be lots and lots of throwing over years and years and years, kind of like with your example. And really, we weren't designed to be overhead throwers. That's kind of an unnatural motion for humans. So when you do that over and over, for one, you're going to have certain areas that just accumulate stress. And even if you're doing everything perfect, but even more so if you're overdoing it or have bad technique. But then when you're dealing with some of these areas, if it's a ligament injury or a tendon injury or a stress injury to bone, which are the things that we typically see, these are areas that don't always have good blood flow. These are areas that aren't always going to respond the same. So, I see a lot of patients with tennis elbow, which is it's a tendon injury in the elbow. It's kind of a similar thing to what we see. And I tell my patients all the time, this is a weird problem. I was like, I wish I could tell you that this is the right answer. It's not to say, okay, I know the right answer and this is definitely it. And I kind of go through this whole spiel where there's things we can do. There's, usually we try to start with the safer, least lower invasive procedures, especially in the general population. And then we kind of build from there. And it's not always an answer. Now, in the heart of the season, sometimes there's more pressure. We still want to do things safely. We don't want to put our athletes at risk. So sometimes we'll be a little bit more quick to jump to some of those more, I wouldn't say extreme, but a little bit further down the list treatments. But even then, you don't always know the response you're going to get, and nobody does. It's not an easy thing. So
you probably start with the biological, injections, and then if that doesn't work, then it's surgery, repair.
A lot of times that's where we end up, especially with the athlete. A lot of times we'll skip. Like I said, with a lot of these injections, I think they're great options. They're safe, they're healthy. Things like PRP, some of the stem cells, things like that we sometimes do. And that's going to be more the soft tissue, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles. So yeah, sometimes we're quicker to do those treatments. But even then, you got to talk with the athletes. You got to decide what they want to do too. It's always their decision too. That's first and foremost. And so we kind of give them the options. And then rehab. The trainers do a great job. We get our physical therapists involved. We get all the things on deck. But sometimes these things just don't go the way you want them to, and sometimes the body, to your point, doesn't respond. We hope it does, but
Doc, I know you're the doctor and everything, but let me give you a little piece of advice. Elbow tendonitis, PRP is crap. Just want you to know that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's what I had, and then I waited 2 months, and then nothing changed.
Yeah, it probably didn't feel good when you got it.
Oh, God.
It was hurt.
It felt better than the stem cells, but the stem cells did actually work. It took about a month, though.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 months before.
Yeah, sometimes you got to – and look, sometimes even if it works, it takes time.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be a quick fix even then.
It was wild because they were like, all right, these are the stem cells. They take about 4 to 6 weeks to, work, and you start feeling anything. About 5 weeks, I woke up one day, and I was like, whoa, it doesn't hurt at all. This is fantastic.
They work well. We've had pretty good results with the ones we've done.
People throw really fast these days.
Really fast.
Pitchers. If you don't throw 95, it's like you're slow these days, which is a wild world.
It's crazy.
So people, body mechanics, being able to everybody have access to film and teachings, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on watching a big league pitcher and an analyst breaking down his pitching motion. Everybody understands that it's not just about muscles, that strong people that throw the ball hard or strong people that hit the ball far. It's about body mechanics, creating levers and torque and lag and speed of the bat, speed of the arm, and whip the whip motion. That creates a lot of stress on an elbow. Maybe not so much on the shoulder, but it's all in the whipping motion. And people talk about the elbow being like the handle of a whip. It's got to lead everything, and everything comes through. That creates. There's ligaments. God made these ligaments to do stuff. I don't know if He made everybody to be able to throw 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But you contort your body and to get to that speed because that's what you got to do to compete. Do you have to be a certain, a certain body? Like people can do it. People have been throwing 100 miles an hour for half a century, right? But it's the certain type of people with a certain type of build, with a certain type of mechanics. Not everybody can do that. Like what are the dangers long term of you see high schoolers throwing 98, 99 miles an hour?
Yeah, I think one thing that we've kind of come to understand is the harder you throw, the more stress. I mean, that's just kind of physics. We kind of know that. That's any situation. The harder or faster something moves, it's going to have more force. And so when you start moving that arm faster and faster and putting more torque on that elbow, it is going to have more problems. Now, some people, just by the way they are made, genetically predisposed, some people are never going to be able to throw 100 miles an hour. You have to have some of the right predispositions, and it's not just strength. It's going to be kind of something because you have to put that torque. How much laxity of your arm do you have? How much are you able to develop? And a lot of those things. So it's not. There's a lot that goes into it, and then yeah, some people are going to be less injury prone. I think we had talked one of the episodes talking about a guy like Nolan Ryan who literally made it all the way to the end of his career, which was a long career before he ever had any Tommy John type injury. And this is a guy who threw gas and threw a lot more than guys they throw. He was built a little different. Now we can also talk about the training and the different ways we do things now versus then. And there's probably something. Yeah, and look, there may be something to that. But also the fact that he did what he did for as long as he did, there was just some guys are made different. And so the reality of it, we know some people have more dense tendons, more dense ligaments, more dense bone. We know there's a lot of things that go into it, and there's some of these things are going to be more protective. So there is some predisposition for all these things, both the ability and the injury risk, and some that we understand, but most that we're still kind of figuring out.
Mm-hmm. All right, Doc. The question that has been burning in my brain for about 24 hours now, what the heck's a hammock bone?
So in your wrist, you've got what are called your carpal and your metacarpal bones. So you have the long bones of the forearm that come down, so the radius and the ulna. They come down, and there's a grouping of several little small bones right there. Those are your carpal bones. And the hamate is one of those. So if you think about the different bones in there, And it's one of the ones that we do think about in sports, particularly like racket or clubs or bats. So when you're gripping a club, so it's a golf injury too. I know in this sense we're obviously talking about baseball, but it's a common baseball, softball, golf, anything where you're gripping a racket, and especially repetitive motions, kind of like the elbow with throwing. Most of these injuries, or at least a lot of them, are going to be from that repetitive stress in that area. Now, a lot of times the ultimate injury will come from something that's a little bit higher stress, like you're trying to check a swing and suddenly stop it. Or in a golfer, sometimes they kind of come up a little fat and hit the ground. That's a lot of times when you see the actual injury. But there's also a lot of thought that it's probably an accumulated stress injury as well. So it's probably a little bit of both. But it's a bone here on the pinky side of the wrist. So you kind of right there in what's called the hypothenar area. It's just kind of right at the base of that, and it's kind of right in that crease area. So it's actually one of the bones that helps make up the carpal tunnel.
Right where the hand connects to the arm. Right there, right that crease when you bend your
right there, and it's right in that pinky side, and you and again with that, if you think about the rotation that goes in, and especially you're suddenly trying to stop it too sometimes, or if you come to a sudden stop. So either if you like I said hit the ground in a golf club, or if you're trying to check a swing or something like that, that's a lot of times you see these injuries.
I think a lumberjack would get that too.
They probably do. They probably do. I don't see too many lumberjacks in the clinic.
Sure.
Maybe move our practice up north. Maybe then we see more of it. But it's not always an easy diagnosis. It's missed a lot of times on X-rays. So a lot of times you just go get a standard X-ray.
Is it just because it's like I'm trying to think of like an X-ray of an arm wrist? Like I feel like there's just a lot of floating muscles or floating bones in there.
A lot of small bones, and yeah, sometimes they do kind of look like they're floating in there. I mean, they obviously all have different ligamentous attachments, but it does kind of look that way on the X-ray. Sure. And then there's what's called the hook of the hamate, so it's a little projection that comes off of it, and that's usually where the fracture is. Huh. And because of the 2D nature of an X-ray, sometimes really hard to see, so you really need to get a lot of times an MRI or a CT scan to diagnose it. Sometimes you'll see it on the X-ray, but it's often missed.
Are there any other famous carpals on the wrist?
Probably the one that's talked about the most outside of that one is probably the scaphoid. Scaphoid is a little bone that's more on the other side, a little closer to the radial side of the wrist or the thumb side of the wrist. It's mostly associated with falls on an outstretched hand, or what we call a fouche injury. With that one, it's also one that's it's talked about. You see fractures of that one a lot more, and it's one that can be a snake in the grass too, though, because sometimes missed on an X-ray, and if you don't treat these appropriately, they can develop into chronic wrist issues. So those are two you always kind of as a physician need to be suspicious of. One more on the thumb side, one more on the pinky side. The mechanism of the injury is always important.
Classic scaphoid.
Classic scaphoid.
What'd you call it? A
fouche.
A
injury.
fouche.
Fall on outstretched hand.
Huh. All right. We got a hamate. We got a scaphoid, fouche.
We are learning so
we are
much
learning.
today. Did you know about
the
privateer thing?
I did not actually.
Did you hear?
So I did catch that. So, yeah.
We taught a doctor something.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Privateer is a legal, classy pirate.
Yes, classy pirates.
Now we
Stay
threw in the
there.
classy. Yeah, we did, and they actually fight for their country.
I think that was what's the famous pirate down in New Orleans? John or what's his name?
Oh, John Lafitte.
Yeah, I think at one point he was a privateer.
He was the mascot.
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he a privateer?
Yeah.
So he's not a
believe
pirate.
So. He did a little bit of both, I think.
Oh.
I think at one point he was a pirate, and then
he was the dark side.
to kind of get a pardon, kind of get out of trouble.
I'm pretty sure
I think I might. I don't. Historians, if I'm wrong on that, I apologize.
Maybe he was a mercenary.
I think it was one of those kind of deals where he
was like the best in the game at the pirate game. Like,
so they recruited him.
They recruited him.
Yeah, I really think it was something. Again, I might be wrong, but I feel like it was to sort of say, hey, we'll kind of forget those things you did if you help us out here.
Kind of like Jay, they recruit a little power for their lineup, and they recruit the best pirate to be a privateer.
Yep,
I like that. Okay, last question: carpal tunnel syndrome. Which carpal are we talking?
Well,
any of the carpals?
Yes, and one of the ones that helps make up the tunnel is the hamate that we were talking about a moment ago. So again, carpal bones. There's on your palm side, you have some tendons, ligaments, and nerves and stuff. Specifically, some tendons and nerves that run through this little natural tunnel. It goes on top of the bones, and then there's like a fibrous sheath that sits on top of it. And you have what's called the median nerve, which is the nerve that goes to the pinky and the thumb.
Yeah.
And if for whatever reason, if that area gets too tight, if it gets compressed, it will compress that nerve. Usually some kind of either injury or inflammatory or overuse conditions. And then you'll get some numbness, tingling, usually on the thumb side of the hand, the thumb and the index finger. sometimes pain, sometimes numbness, sometimes even weakness can develop in your grip and things like that. And if it's, if it lingers, sometimes it's something you have to go in and relieve some of that pressure surgically.
Doc, we got to learn on today. Like,
good day.
Scaphoids, fascias, carpal tunnels.
Hey.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Hammocks.
No problem.
Yeah, Hammocks. Doc, I really appreciate every week coming in and dropping a little knowledge on us. And hopefully we taught you something about privateers.
Yeah, learning something new.
So it's a little give and take here. Just getting our learn on here and off the bench this morning on a Wednesday. So, Doc, we appreciate your time. Thank you as always. And we will see you next week on the other side of the NFL draft.
Let's go.
All right. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Thank you, Doc. All right. We appreciate everybody tuning in this morning on a Wednesday morning. Stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, maybe we talked about it yesterday. It's nearly cannonball season or jackknife season or dive season, whatever you want to do. And if you don't have that pool in your backyard, well, now's the time to get that conversation started with RussellPools.com, the best in the business when it comes to that custom pool. Maybe after hearing Doc talk, you got a little injury and you want to be like maybe the LSU Tigers and get you a little hot tub, cold tub, get a little that little rehab, that therapy pool situation going. They can literally do anything. They can make a lazy river. They can make a grotto, maybe a fire feature, or hey, whatever it is, whatever the budget is, they can make a square pool, kidney bean shape, circle pool. It doesn't really matter. And Alondra loves a little dippy pool. Yeah. So whatever it is, go to their website, RussellPools.com. You can see their gallery work. You can see literally everything they can do. 2 landscape architects on staff right there, so they can take your dream to reality. RussellPools.com.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
At Parrish, we bring the same commitment to your home that champions bring to the game.
Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
Everything you need for a stunning garden is at the Plant Barn in Baton Rouge. From trees and shrubs to plants and pottery, the Plant Barn has it all at great prices. Visit us today on Valley Street, right off Perkins Road in South Downs.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here. Off the Bench, hour number 2. I want to thank Dr. Stephen Etheridge, as always, for coming in and enlightening us on the carpals. The hammock bone. I hope everybody feels educated now what exactly a hammock bone is. We want to thank Doc for sure, and thank Hood Dental for sponsoring the Wednesday show, as always. We did a little research on Jean Lafitte at the break.
Okay.
So again, to explain the difference between a privateer and a pirate. A privateer operates with a government letter of marque, so making their raids against enemy ships legal. Whereas pirates, of course, attack any ship illegally. Lafitte used these legal documents to justify capturing Spanish vessels, particularly while leading a colony in Galveston. He was called the Gentleman Pirate. Do you know that?
No.
Just learned that.
I do love Lafitte's in New Orleans.
He was called the Gentleman Pirate, or the King of... Ooh.
Oh, no.
Barataria?
Yeah, it's like here in Louisiana.
Okay. Sorry, that's probably a word I should know, but I don't. Let's see. Battle of New Orleans. Despite his lawless activity, he was praised as a hero in the War of 1812, supplying weapons and aiding Andrew Jackson in the Battle of New Orleans.
Yeah. Shout out.
Jean
Lafitte.
Jean Lafitte. Hey, you do you, buddy.
Legendary privateer / pirate.
Again, crazy that it took LSU defeating UNO to learn exactly what a privateer is.
Yeah. I never questioned it.
I feel like that's something that we
right.
should have learned in school.
You just kind of glossed over it. Oh, privateer, they mean pirate, right? They just misspelled it. That's kind of what I thought when Cassie, when you threw up the logo earlier. Anywho, I'm really excited about having
Jay
Clark on the show here coming up in, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes when we come back from break right now. So really excited to see him. Of course, LSU Gymnastics team finishing runner-up in Nationals this past weekend. But absolutely nothing to be disappointed about. His team fought hard and executed incredibly well at the end of the season and the biggest moment of the season. So we're going to discuss his team, the season, what was the gymnastics meet this past weekend, and just really going forward how the gymnastics team is going to be looking next year as well. So why don't we go to break on time right now?
I wouldn't say it's on time. I mean, it's on time for the segment, but it's a short segment.
Right.
Because we went long in the first one.
Yeah, but no, we're on time right now.
Yeah.
Come on, Alondra. Whose team are you on?
I'm on Team OTB.
If we say it's on time, it's definitely on time.
It's on time, technically, yeah.
Technically, it is. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, on the other side of the break, we will have your head coach of the LSU gymnastics team, Mr. Jay Clark, joining the show right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Of course, that is the website for Gordon McKerney, injury attorney. If you've been injured, and it doesn't matter where, if you've been injured, if you got a little fender bender, if you got an accident, just maybe driving the kids to work, maybe driving home from work, it doesn't really matter. If you've been injured, job site, and been at work and you've been injured on the job site, man, give them a call. It is not always your fault. If somebody else is at fault for this, get what you deserve, especially when there's injuries involved. It's things that you can't control. So give them a call. They've been doing it a long time, helping Louisianans all over the state for a long, long time. The team of attorneys over there is the best in the business with experience. So get exactly what you deserve. Call 888-8888. And it doesn't matter where you are in the state. If you get injured, make sure that is your first call. GetGordon.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
We just went 198 on championship day. That's all you can ever ask for. Okay? Sometimes the stars got to line up. There's nothing to be ashamed of at all. You celebrate this. You know what you did? You left it out there. That was a lot of gutsy performances from people that are hurting and all kinds of things to be proud of. Do not wear this. Okay? Disappointed is okay, not defeated. And look, we move on to the next year. And those of you that aren't with us, you're still part of it next year. You come back. We want y'all to be around as much as you possibly can. We ain't done yet. And there's nothing to cry about. I know you're going to cry. But make sure that you're crying with the understanding that it's not over despair. It's just a little disappointment. But knowing that you did everything you could, you laid it on the line. That's sports, guys. That's the way it goes. We'll be better for it. I am so friggin' proud of y'all. I'm not gonna stop saying that.
There he is, Coach Jay Clark, after the National Championship meet. And joining us now on the phone is Coach Jay Clark. Join us. Coach, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all this day?
Doing fantastic. Coach, I saw that the other day for the first time when it was posted on social media, and it gave me goosebumps because I've been in that situation countless times in my former sports career and been in those situations where you knew you laid it all on the line, and certainly your ladies did in a fantastic performance this past weekend. Just give us a quick just overview of how you thought from Thursday through the weekend went for your ladies.
Well, I thought on Thursday we were a little tight, and I think a lot of that came from the bulk of our production on our team last year were freshmen and sophomores, and really what they came into this year knowing was that they definitely wanted to advance. And I thought they tightened up a little bit on the first day, and then during the off day, and as we got ready to go into finals, you could feel the air come out of the balloon, and they really their whole demeanor, the way they talked, the way they were communicating with us, everything we did in team meetings, and in terms of messaging and prep from a mental standpoint, you could really feel like they were in a great place. And I was just really proud of the way they attacked that final session, that final day, because it could have gone any of a number of ways, and the season started with number 1 and number 2 in a tie when we were out at the Sprouts Invitational, that ABC thing that happened in the first meet of the year, and then it ended with a less than 1/10 deal with the same 2 teams at the end. I just felt like our team could not have done any more than they did, and as a coach, really, you hope that you get to the end of the year where you have no regrets yourself and don't look back and think, well, I should have prepared them better, or I should have done this differently, I should have. And you want to watch your team be able to feel the same way too, that they put it all out there. And that's really all I was trying to communicate to them at the end, was that, yeah, we're disappointed. Of course we wanted to win that thing, but particularly in a sport that is driven so subjectively, I just didn't think our kids had anything to hang their heads about. And I'm as proud of that team as I've been. I've been part of 8 national titles in my career, and I couldn't be more proud of this one.
Yeah, anybody that was lucky enough to go to see your team compete this year at a gymnastics meet or watch them on TV, I tell you, this weekend, Thursday and Saturday, me and my girls were locked in to everything that was done. And Coach, you got so much to be proud of with this team, and to me, you can tell a special group about what happens when their back's against the wall. What y'all did Thursday, going into that final rotation, down in third place behind Florida and Georgia, I believe, and y'all came back and absolutely crushed it and nailed it on the floor to get in to the final national championship meet. To me, spoke volumes to you, your program, and specifically that chemistry of the girls.
Well, and we were kind of sleepwalking midway through that meet. We were, couldn't get out of our own way, and I think you see that in sports a lot. When a lot's on the line, sometimes nerves can get the best of you. But really, coming out of balance beam that day, Kaylin Chio circled him up and gave him one of the most emotionally charged tongue lashings, that you would ever hear out of a little voice like that. But I thought it was great. They looked up at the scoreboard. They realized if they would just get out of their way and be normal, they were in a good spot. And you're right, we lit it up on that last event, and particularly Amari Drayton and Kalia Lincoln and Kaylin Chio just finished out that rotation and really left no doubt that we belonged in that Final Four.
Yeah, it was absolutely looked like powerhouses on the floor, which was a ton of fun to watch. And then, of course, on Saturday, you come and score the second highest score in the NCAA finals in program history with an incredible performance. You ran into one heck of a team in Oklahoma. So I loved hearing what you said to your team. That's why we kind of opened this segment, because I've seen that your girls laid it on the line, and I hope they are holding their head up high, knowing that they did everything. And you just brought up Kaylin Chio as well. First perfect 10 in national championship history for LSU's program, and I think 13th on the season, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I mentioned this to Rabelais. I'm like, media always wants to talk about all these things, but she's unbelievable, really, and the level of consistency that she shows in no matter the circumstance, has just been it's been something amazing to watch. And I've been doing this a long time. I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like it, but she's incredible. The kids did an amazing job. You know, they've got so much to be proud of. We're disappointed. It's already fueling our fire. I had individual meetings with half the team yesterday, and you know, I think we've got 21 of those 24 routines returning next year, and they're already talking about let's get ready. So you know, really, if you got to find a silver lining to finish in second, and you know what second place can feel like sometimes, but it's the silver lining is that the bulk of our team is coming back, and I think it's just going to drive them even further to create a level of excellence for themselves that even with this team as great as they did in the fall, it took us a little while to kind of find what that standard was going to be. And once they did, they really took off. And I think we'll have a much better starting point with this group going into the next year.
Yeah, Coach, that's where I was kind of going to head next with you on kind of going forward, looking to next season. I know that, you know, it's only a couple days after the national championship meet. So you don't ever want to like turn the page too fast, because you do kind of want to like, you got to celebrate the good stuff. You got to celebrate. That's why we do it, right? That's why you work so hard, is to celebrate a little bit and kind of look back and reflect. But there's a job to do. You do have to get ready for next season. And you talked about the amount of talent and returning and core leadership that you got. But like, tell us about in the gymnastics world, how, you know, the ever-changing landscape of college athletics, how that kind of affects your program, and kind of how y'all are going to handle returners, high school transfer portal, all that stuff.
Well, yesterday was a crazy day. You know, we had just gotten back and all this stuff, and I'm doing individual meetings with members of the team, and Garrett's running into my office every 5-10 minutes, letting me know something else is going on in the portal, and so we're scheduling visits with potential transfers over the next couple of weeks right now, and we're in a pretty good spot with a couple of them, and feel good about you know, what we'll be able to add. But the reality is that, you know, the core of what we need is already here, and not going anywhere. So we're going to add some pieces, just, you know, to make sure that we've got enough depth, and that we've got the insurance policy that we need should we run into some health issues and things of that nature. But I really like what we have coming back next year, and I really like the tone and tenor of what they're saying and how they're wanting to go into the summer. Certainly we've got to get a little time off and let some bodies recover and that kind of thing. But I really like where their head is right now. And as for us, you just get back on the carousel. It doesn't stop. I mean, we are, like I said, we're already in the portal. We've got our banquet Sunday, and then we go on our staff planning retreat for 3 or 4 days, where we look at everything, set our entire calendar, change our training up if we feel we need to, based on what we know from a health perspective of our team. We look at everything from apparel contracts to fundraising efforts to what we're doing with NIL, and on and on and on. And we'll spend 3 or 4 days working on that, and then we get on the road, and we're gone through close to the end of May, and then I'll get 2 weeks of vacation, and then back at it again starting in June. So it doesn't slow down a whole lot, but I'm looking forward to getting over to the beach here at the end of the month.
A whole 2 weeks? You get
a whole 2 weeks, brother.
I'll tell you
Look,
what.
man, I will get over there by my happy, you know what, self, and sit, and sometimes not even leave the neighborhood for 2 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you.
I cannot wait.
Cannot wait. Well, it'll be well deserved, because I can tell you, Coach, I don't envy any college coach right now in this world. The amount that y'all have to juggle and talk about, and it just seems like every year a little bit more. It takes a special person, and certainly we're happy and proud to have you leading the gymnastics team. And we had Dr. Stephen Etheridge here on the show a little bit earlier this morning, and I just want you to know, he talks about how absolutely tough your team is, about the stress that they put on their bodies each and every day. And we've come to the conclusion that the gymnasts are probably the toughest athletes out there. Would you agree with that?
I would. You know, I got to be careful how loud I say that sometimes, because some people it doesn't land too well with. But I know what Dr. Etheridge and Dr. Fury had to do just to get us through the weekend. It took every bit of their engineering, if you will, to make sure that some of these kids could get through it. But they're tough. They're tough as nails. They're tough mentally. I've never been around another sport where you have to block out so much in those moments of it's a lot more. I tell this to people. I may have said it to y'all before. It's a lot more to me like Sunday at the Masters than from a mental standpoint. You've got to be locked in, and you can't let anything intrude on that mindset that you have. And they're tough as nails, dude. They're way tougher than I am. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I think way tougher than I am as well. So, all right, Coach. Well, I know you got a lot of work to do and already focusing on next season and maybe those 2 weeks of vacation, but let's take one last look back. And if you have to, when you look back, when the dust settles on everything, a couple of years from now, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, when you look back at this 2025, 2026 team, how are you going to think about them?
Well, right now, I would put them, there's been, until this year, there's been two teams in my career that I really look back on in awe. It was a 2005 team when I was still at Georgia that was freshman heavy, that went through a losing streak in the middle of the season, barely qualified to nationals, and then won the whole thing. And the way they went about doing it, I learned a lot about culture, and I learned a lot about what it can mean, no matter if it's coming from freshmen or upperclassmen, and brought those lessons. That team really taught me a lot. The 2023 team here that did not win but got to the finals in the face of ridiculous adversity from an injury standpoint. We had kids competing in events that they never dreamed they'd be doing when they were here at LSU, and they were doing it for the right reasons, and they were honoring each other with their actions, and which is something we talk about a lot in our program. And then this year's team. So two of those three did not win championships, but the way they conducted themselves and the way they competed and the way they went after it with a level of tenacity and just refusal to die will always stick with me, because there were a lot of things unknown going on, within our team from some of it from a physical health standpoint that we had to deal with, that, you don't put everything out there in the public all the time. I'm just proud of them. I'm just proud of the way they conducted themselves. I'm proud of the way they confronted issues when they needed to and held each other accountable, and did some really old-fashioned good stuff that you don't hear an awful lot anymore in today's generation, where it's like, if I don't like it, I'm leaving. These kids got in the trenches together, and if they had to argue or fight, they did it, but they handled it in a way that was very adult-like, and they were able to get through any issue that came their way because they were willing to do it for a bigger purpose. And I couldn't be more proud of this group. I just couldn't.
Yeah, well, Coach, it certainly came through, and that's I think I hope I speak for all LSU fans of saying we were proud to watch it as well. So we appreciate your time, Coach, and congrats on a fantastic season and a fantastic team over there. So, Coach, we appreciate the time this morning.
All right, guys, thank you. I appreciate y'all having me on.
All right, there he is, Coach Jay Clark. You're a coach for the LSU gymnastics team, national runner-up by less than a tenth. And fantastic stuff from Coach. As always, we want to thank him every single week that he has joined us this season. So, hey, looking forward ahead, and hopefully gets that much needed and much deserved little bit of time off. So let's go to break. We're going to close out hour number 2 right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right. You need a new roof? You might need a new roof. Maybe it's just a roof repair. Maybe you got a little leak happening. Well, you want to call the best. You don't want to work with like second best, fifth best, 10th best. You want to work with the number one. That's Pelican Roof, pelicanroof.com. Go check them out right there at their website. They got offices in Lafayette. They got offices in Baton Rouge. So, what does that mean for you when it comes to your roof? I don't care where their offices are, whatever. Well, that means they don't have crews. They don't have project managers driving across the basin every single day to get to your project. Spend a little time there. No, they got people all over that will be dedicated to your project and your roof to make sure it is done the Pelican way, done the right way with the best craftsmanship, the best quality, the best people, customer service. You drive by one of their job sites in the neighborhood and you see their signs up. It's a clean construction site. People are working steadily. Absolute professionals. Go check them out. You can see all the 5-star reviews right there in the meanest place on earth, the internet. They love Pelican Roof, and go check them out. You can check out financing options as well right there, pelicanroof.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit louisianapropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here, Off the Bench. We are closing out hour number 2. Time flies when you are having fun. Quinn, Alondra, Cassie, holding it down here.
We're crushing it.
Lady Kane as well.
She's also crushing it.
I don't know why I call her Lady Kane. Just came out.
Yeah. She is a lady.
She is a lady, and her name is Kane. I want to thank Coach Jay Clark last segment. He's awesome, man. He's great. Both the Jays, both coaches, they're fantastic.
Yeah. Probably top 2 Jays in the entire world.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I mean, for sure at the top. I don't. I gotta think of some other Jays before
I think they're the top 2.
Before I pin it in,
Jay Cutler.
No. Jay Leno.
No.
I mean, he's pretty cool, huh?
I guess he's kind of fallen off after he got beat by the mafia.
Yeah, I guess so.
The hill that he tried to say he rolled down, kind of more of a slope.
See, I
than a
don't
hill.
really. I'm not too familiar with that story.
Rumor has it that he got beat up by the mafia.
What about Jay-Z?
Okay, I can get behind Jay-Z, but like I still, in my opinion, Jay Johnson and Jay Clark are top 2.
Yeah, I guess I gotta agree with you. I just looked up famous Jays, and I'm not seeing a whole bunch.
No.
Jay-Z, Jay Leno, Jay Farrow.
Jay Farrow.
Who's a comedian?
Oh,
he's
he's on
Saturday Night
SNL.
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He does impressions.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay Johnson, Jay Clark, top Jays.
Top
two
two
Jays.
Jays.
Jay-Z, third place.
Yeah. Or we could do 1A, 1B, Jay Johnson and Jay Clark, and then Jay-Z.
Okay. They just hold the first and second places in no particular order.
Right.
Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. It's been a hell of a morning. Been a lot of fun. We got one more hour left of this nonsense. And this brand new shiny tripod with Lady Kane over here is going to be holding it down. So stick with us all hour at number 3 right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Tell you what, Lady Kane's looking a little younger today. I don't know why. And if you want to get feeling a little younger, maybe look a little younger, go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Rejuve Medical, they got clinics all over the place. They got 13 clinics across Louisiana. They even got one over there in Mississippi. So if you're hearing us talk today, their chances are you have an incredible Rejuve Me clinic that is near you that you can go in and start a conversation with them. You can get some blood panels drawn. And so what can they do? They can do cosmetics. They can do a little Botox, Brotox situation. They have peptides. Peptides is kind of like all the rage right now. It's incredible. I'm doing peptides. I feel awesome. But they also have hormone replacement therapy. We're talking testosterone. So men, if you're out there and you want a little bit more energy, if you just don't have that zest for life, you kind of wake up and you're like, another day. Well, could be because you got low testosterone. Go check them out. RejuveMeMedical.com. RejuveMeMedical.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Bayou Ford has the new 25 Ford F-150 Lariat truck with $12,000 off MSRP, plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Off the bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Goal!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Off the bench on a Wednesday morning, brought to you by Hood Dental Care, hooddentalcare.com. Go get your teeth cleaned or get them fixed. Go to the dentist, man. Hood Dental. They're the best. We thank them for sponsoring our show every single Wednesday. Of course, coming here from the Raising Cane studio, hour number 3. Ladies, it's been fun.
I've been having
today.
a great time.
Having a great time. Cassie, word count's been pretty high today. How do you feel?
I'm feeling good.
Getting a little bit more comfortable?
Maybe a little.
Have you said more words on this show than you do on the HPS show?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't think I ever talk about that show.
Did you watch the gymnastics meet this past weekend?
I did not.
Okay.
I watched.
I'm glad I didn't throw it to you while Jay Clark was on.
I watched the first rotation, but I didn't watch anything else because I had something to do.
Just kept on living your life, I guess. Wow. That's okay. Lady Kane watched it. Who do we have this weekend coming up in softball?
Mississippi State. They're going to be in Starkville too.
Wow. Okay, that's right. That's right. And you leave today? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow.
I can't wait. I know, I'm not super excited about watching us lose.
Yep.
But I'm excited to be. I feel like for baseball fans, Starkville is like bucket list to go to Duty Noble, and I've been wanting to go for a few years now. So.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the wiener dog races.
Well, just kind of give everybody kind of a heads up of the rest of the week. Of course, Jake is out of town for the remainder because he is doing his. Look, I don't envy his job. He's got to cover the draft starting today through the weekend. Can you imagine having to be on and covering the draft all day on that last day?
No.
Like, my gosh, you got to be a sicko to be talking in the 6th, 7th round about every draft pick.
That, but you also got to be a sicko to be listening to that.
Yep. I was actually, so yesterday I did the celebrity shootout at the Zurich Open.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. I had a great time. The second time I've done that. I played in the Pro-Am Monday, which was awesome. Yeah. And then yesterday was they called the celebrity shootout. I would say mostly celebrities, and then like a washed up quarterback as well on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Berman, Marshall Faulk, Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
Who else was it? Pete Werner and Justin Reed from the Saints.
Nice.
So 6 of us.
That was your team.
No. So there's 6 total. And there's 3 2-man teams. I was actually teamed up with Chris Berman.
Nice.
Let's see. I think Marshall Faulk and Tyler Shuck were together. Then Pete Werner and Justin Reed. Yeah. So Tyler Shuck and Marshall Faulk won. And I was actually kind of shocked. Everybody was really good golfer. Now Marshall Faulk, let me tell you, that guy can play his golf ball.
Really?
Real good. Good. Like good. I was very impressed. You never know. Like former athletes, I've seen football players pick up the sport, and a lot of football players don't pick up golf till like they're adults.
Mhm.
And most people that pick up as an adult don't get like real good. Like
Yeah.
it's something that you kind of got to do as a kid. It's kind of an unnatural motion.
Right.
But they were really good. Like he was fantastic.
Nice.
So,
Shout out Southern head coach.
We gotta hope that his golf game goes down a little bit now.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Of course, head coach for your Southern Jaguars. But it was a great time. It was awesome being with Chris Berman.
Yeah. I was going to ask, how was Chris Berman?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Such a nice man.
He just seems like somebody that I would love to hang out with.
Such a nice man.
Yeah.
We exchanged numbers.
Great
He was like, hey,
vibes.
you got to send me that picture. I'll send it to Booger. I was like, all right. Like, awesome, dude.
I'll
That's
send it to
fantastic.
Booger.
And it was great.
Where was Booger?
We tied for second place.
Nice.
It was good, and it was all for charity. So.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So we went out there. They raised a lot of money for it, and it's just a cool event that they do. And actually kind of brings us to the next point that I was able to play for charity.
Mhm.
Each of us got to play for $5,000 for charity.
Nice.
And I told Joe yesterday I'm going to split that between the Dreams Come True Foundation
Yeah.
because we're doing the radiothon here,
Right.
and Hester's Foundation as well because they're doing
That's
there
awesome.
for their great cause as well.
Yeah.
So I know we
generous
talked
of
about
you.
this yesterday.
Right.
I mean, it's not general. I mean, all I did was go play golf, right? But it was an awesome opportunity,
Yeah.
an awesome chance to like.
But we
work with
appreciate you choosing Dreams Come True as one of the
Of
charities
course.
that you are going to donate
Of
to.
course, here at 104.5 ESPN,
Right.
we are of course doing the radiothon,
Uh-huh.
and we talked about it a lot yesterday. And like,
I'm
I want
so proud.
to humbly, I think we all can get together and thank our listeners
Right.
yesterday for y'all brought it yesterday.
Y'all broke a record. Like Michelle called me yesterday. Michelle Southern for Eagle 98.1. She's also our operations director. Operations director.
Mm-hmm.
She called me yesterday and she was like, "What did you say on the radio this morning?" Which my heart dropped when she said that because I can say literally anything at any given moment. I don't have control over my mouth. And I was like, "Oh my God." And she was like, "What did you say about Dreams Come True?" And I was like, "Why? What happened?" And right before we did the segment, like seriously, shout out to our listeners, and I need y'all to like show up again. Right before the segment, she sent an email. She was like, "We only have $50 in donations."
Yep.
We check after the segment. Shout out to every single one of you that donated because we got to $1,300. We got to $1,350 when right before she told us that we only had $50 in donations.
Incredible.
So shout out to all of our
And
listeners.
so that did trigger we call it?
So shout out to our Purple sponsors because they each of them matched that $1,000 donation. So Chad's Collision, Subaru of Baton Rouge, Lewis Mechanical, Patient Plus, and River Parish Contractors are each going to match that $1,000 that we hit.
Awesome. So what we're doing today, we want to talk about it again because there is another level of sponsors for this event. in
So
our
if we get to
station.
2,000, then First American Bank and Trust and Boudreaux's Electrical will each match that 2,000 as well. So we want to challenge all of you because then Michelle started like talking ish on the phone.
Yep.
She was like, my listeners, they also always show up and show out. Like I know you're out here breaking records, but like toward the end, I think that Eagle, and I'm like, no. ESPN, our OTB listeners
That's right.
are going to do us a solid, and we're going to raise a bunch of money for this. And
Yeah.
also, if you donate, you're entered to win an awesome prize pack. A couple Jazz Fest tickets for next weekend, a couple Post Malone tickets, a jersey signed by Jake, a jersey signed by you, and a bunch of Raising Cane swag. So not
Exactly
only
right.
are you doing something really good for an amazing charity that is here and helps local children, like it stays here in Louisiana, you're also entered to win a pretty sick prize pack.
Yeah.
And I think you came up with something too.
And let me tell you something. Eagle listeners, they don't know how to compete.
No.
We're ESPN.
Right.
We compete daily. So it's a little competition. We can't let
Yes.
Eagle listeners beat
Look.
us. You know what I'm saying?
No, we can't.
We can't let that happen. So what we want to do, what we're challenging everybody to do, and look, this is Dreams Come True of Louisiana, making child's dreams come true that have some life-altering or life-threatening situation happening. Like, and they do incredible. It's
We had Kelly
unbelievable. We had Kelly on last week.
Yeah, it was
2
last
weeks ago,
week.
talking about how it changed their lives, and it's it's everything that it's on top. Like, you see the dreams that they make come true. Whether it's take a child that has some awful disease they've been diagnosed with, they take them to Disney or whatever it is. But it's even on top of that. It's the support that they give the family. As a support, a shoulder to lean on, and people to talk to, and just a way to get that support. So we want to challenge y'all that if we get this thing to 2,000, we have another set of sponsors that will each match $2,000. And like I said, half of 2,500 from what I did yesterday is going to be going as well to the Dreams Come True, this radiothon that we're doing here. So we encourage y'all to go to 104.5 ESPN.
Yeah.
And you can find the link there.
It's the first thing on the front page of the website is Dreams Come True. So just click on that and it'll take you to a page where you can donate. I don't know what the record in terms of like the totality of how much we've donated to Dreams Come True in the past, but I kind of want to figure it out because I want us to break that record.
Yep. Well, yeah, of course. We're competitors.
Look, I'm not saying.
And look,
I kind of think somebody needs to take one for the team.
Yep.
Because Michelle also told me that an Eagle listener last year donated $981.
What?
Like Eagle 98.1, $981.
Get it.
I think somebody needs to take one for the team and donate $1,000.45.
Holy cow. All right. We're asking a lot there. Asking a lot.
I'm just saying.
Well, look.
You can write it off.
It doesn't matter what the size is. Honestly, everything
No, it doesn't
helps.
matter.
It
Everything
really doesn't.
helps.
1,045 sounds sweet, though.
Right.
And I know some people in the chat yesterday were talking about, because we have the giveaway with Jazz Fest tickets, Posty tickets, the jersey signed by Jake, one by Jake. So it's two separate jerseys. It's one jersey of me.
You get two jerseys.
So you get a 15, you get an 18. Some people were talking about how do we just get those jerseys. Not that like we're old, like we get it.
Right.
We're has-beens. But like, look, there was a time. There was a time and a place.
Y'all had an era.
Right. So for $250, well, if you donate $250, you'll get a signed jersey by Jake and I.
Hell yeah.
So
I love that.
And so we'll however, when the dust settles on this, it's $250 donation for it. Jake and I will order the jerseys, get them shipped in, sign them, and we'll ship those things out. We'll get in touch with you. So
let's go.
There we go.
Let's help kids' dreams come true.
Make those dreams come true. And if you want to check out if you want to see about just learn a little bit more about it. We've all heard of it. We know what it is. DCTofLA.com. Just kind of go see where your donations are going to go to. Go see those the good deeds and what they do here in Louisiana. So go check that out. And then to kind of give you a little update on the rest of the week as well, I'm going to be out Friday. Headed to Daga. Talladega with the Green Bay brothers. Boy, it's going to be.
Green Bay.
We all know it's the guys that you went to battle with.
Yeah.
Not just on the field, but at the bars with. You hung out. And then you get together, 40 plus years old.
Just cut up.
You got that inkling in your eye. You're like, I think we got to get crazy like we used to.
Yeah.
But like probably can't handle it like we used to.
You can.
So we'll see.
You can. Just take a bunch of My Highs.
That's a good point. I'll take a bunch of them.
Yeah. That's exciting, though. That's going to be fun.
That's right. Thursday show. Tomorrow, we will be at LSU, the LSU Parade Grounds, for another fantastic cause. I think all the shows tomorrow are going to be live from LSU.
Correct.
And so we are going to be asking people to come to LSU and get swabbed, like a little saliva
little
swab.
Cheek swab.
Yes. There's a girl named Kate, and she has a condition, and she needs bone marrow transplant. And bone marrow is not like blood. It's not like a specific type. Like it has to be it's a very rare situation to find a blood marrow match. And they've been doing this for a little while now.
Yeah.
They've gone to different locations. They've had different events to try to find a match to help save her life.
Right.
And they have not been able to do it. So what we're doing, but the more swabs, the better. So if you're able, if you're willing, if this is something that speaks to you, we're obviously for 104.5 ESPN, it speaks to us because every show is going to be there tomorrow. We're just going to be raising awareness. And look,
we'll have some swag out there too.
We're gonna have some swag.
Yeah,
okay.
Free stuff always gets people out. I've got some.
If it's free, if it's
free, it's me. I've got some sick camo ESPN hats that we're gonna be giving out.
Dang.
But yeah.
That. Yeah, it's going to be a great event, and look, how cool would it be to find a match? It hadn't.
I so badly want her to find a match here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge event,
and it's again they've been at different places, different cities trying to.
They've been at Mississippi State. They've been at Ole Miss. They've been several different. They have thousands of people that have come to get swabbed.
Right.
And she has not found a match yet. Now, I will say that, when you get swabbed, it's not just for Kate. You're added to the registry. So you could find, you could be somebody else's match, and you could save somebody else's life even if it's not Kate's. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, God willing, we find a match for her at some point. But you get added to the registry. It's suggested between 18 and 35 because that makes her odds better. If you're between the ages of 18 and 35, obviously we're not going to turn you away if you're not in that age range. But if you can't make it out or you're not in that age range and you still want to be added to the registry or you still want to see if you're a match for Kate, you can go to ESPN's website and click on the flipper that has Team Kate on it. And you can register and they'll send you a free swab kit in the mail. And they'll also give you return postage as well so that you can send it back and then you'll be added to the registry. So come on out.
I'll
get
be getting
some swag.
Yeah, I'll be getting
I'll get swabbed too.
Yeah. Get some swag.
Yeah.
Come check us out.
Everyone's going to be out there.
Be an excuse to go to LSU. Check out the campus just randomly on a Thursday morning.
Yep.
So and we'll be out there all week or all day. All day. So from our show through Matt's show in the afternoon.
Right.
We'll be out there.
So if you want to come hang.
Oh, guess what?
What?
Guess who's going to be sitting with me tomorrow?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Because I told y'all, I said, if I got to do the show alone, remote, I'm just going to quit. I can't do it. Nobody wants to hear me talk by myself in my thoughts for 3 hours. Well, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It would just be, I'd be like.
Stream of consciousness.
I don't know. Watched Sports Center last night. Couldn't tell you what happened on it, but watched it. That'd be about it. Chris Marler is going to join me. He's going to be sitting with me tomorrow. So the man, the myth, the legend that sits in and does all the is in control of our social media here at 104.5 ESPN, and does a lot of writing for us. Makes some cameos on some other shows here and there. But it's going to be fun to have Chris on the show tomorrow. So make sure you check us out, and we appreciate it always. Just joining us every single day. But it's going to be fun. How do you think? What do you think? Do you think Chris is nervous?
No. He has that
he was
blind confidence, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I texted him about it yesterday. He seemed shocked. He's like, "What? Me?" What?
Well, yeah.
He's fired up.
I actually think it's going to be good.
I don't think he's going to be that fired up when it's 5:30 and the alarm's going off. He doesn't seem like an early riser.
Oh, he's not.
Yeah.
He texted me yesterday. And he was like, "Are we going to be morning show coworkers for a day?" And I never texted him back because I was in that Pilates class. And then he texted me 2 hours later and he was like, "Okay." I was like, "Bro."
He gets very offended.
He gets so offended. He
He
the most offended. And I swear, if he's listening right now, he's about to text me. But I was like, I pulled the dad card. I was like, "Oh, my bad. I was in a Pilates class. God forbid I want to stay active after my dad had a massive heart attack."
Oh.
He was like,
End of conversation.
yeah.
Okay, I'll see myself out.
One thing about me, I'm going to take it too far.
No doubt about it.
But I told him, I actually think this is going to go well. And he was like, "You could have let the actually out of there." I was like, who nitpicks compliments?
Right?
Just take it. Take the compliment.
I know.
I said, this is actually going to go well. Take it for what it is.
Who else gets compliments? K to Z.
Why?
Because they're the best, interiors and outdoor. And we're talking about window coverings, window shades, window treatments that make your house look better, for one. And then they also make it more efficient. Save in the summer on those monthly bills. You don't have to run your AC as much. It keeps that coolness in. Retractable screens. You got retractable like shades and blinds inside, so you can like laying in bed on a Saturday. You want to enjoy a little morning television or morning coffee in bed. Bzz, hit the button. Daylight. Get those receptors going. Wake up a little bit. Don't even have to get up. Don't even have to like pull a cord. And they also have the retractable shades outside in that outdoor living space. Turn that outdoor living space into like an extension of your home. It'll also, in the summer too, if you get these like retractable shades, they're incredible. They go down and you can see out of them. It's incredible. So like still feels like you're outside, but it's going to be like 15, 20 degrees cooler in that space than it is outside just because it traps all that air in there. And it's absolutely incredible. So go check them out. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Brandon Barton and his team been doing it a long time, and they are the best. So anything, windows, coverings, shades, they got you covered. Go check them out, KTZBlinds.com. All right, we're going to go to break. We are going to finish out. We got a lot of Braves, Rossini talk. There was a bank robbed yesterday, like successfully. Didn't know that was still a thing. We got a lot coming at you. So stick with us here, Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. It is Wednesday morning. Wednesday show brought to you by Hood Dental. HoodDentalCare.com. Go check them out. Be an adult. Go to the dentist. Stop farting around. What are you looking at, Lady Kane?
She got that RBF.
Well, we already saw she had a couple of different baby daddies.
Yeah.
At one time.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. They had
pink
no
puppy.
clue. She looked all innocent, too.
Yeah.
A pink tie-dye puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, before we get into this segment, I want to tell you about our friends at Pala. PalaGroup.com. At Pala, you're not just another number. You're an employee, owner, and a part of a real team. So, at Pala, we are hiring skilled welders and fitters at our fabrication shop in Hammond, Louisiana. Pay runs up to $40 an hour for shop welders and fitters with overtime locked into $227. Plus 6 paid holidays, 2 weeks paid vacation, full benefits, employee ownership through your ESOP. So if you can burn rod, if you can fit steel and take pride in your work, we have the opportunity. So apply now and build your future with Pala. Pala, employee-owned, relationship-driven, building together. Go to palagroup.com to start that. If you're looking for that job, if you're looking to take that career to the next level, palagroup.com. You know who might be needing a job? Diana Rossini. Did y'all hear about what happened?
What happened? Didn't she save that guy from a car wreck or something?
She did save that guy from a car wreck.
Yeah.
But like briefly before that, she did some other stuff with another guy who happens to be the head coach of the New England Patriots. They rented a private bungalow together. And apparently, it was a investigative person, like it was hired allegedly by Rossini's husband?
Yes, allegedly the tea.
Hot goss.
The hot goss on the street is that Rossini's husband hired a private investigator. Because there's also like a picture of them at a bar. Have you seen that one?
I hadn't seen that one.
And it looks like it's like a hidden camera situation.
A little flirtatious.
Oh, they're like sitting out at the bar together.
She's just getting the scoop.
Yeah.
Just a little scoop. Well, now that offseason has started, of course, he is the head coach for the New England Patriots. And we've talked about it. Like, his job's probably pretty safe. Old Robert Kraft, he's had his run-ins. A little massage parlor situation happening. So he's got, like, no room to talk a little bit. They've had their issues over there. I think they like to look the other way a little bit. And he's a really good head coach. It would be so unfortunate if this situation would carry over and spill over and like make him lose his job, because I'm sure at some places it would.
Mm-hmm.
We see it happen in college sports all the time. When these types of things happen, a head football coach loses his job. It would be a shame because I think Vrabel is a really good football head coach. Obviously, if the alleged transgressions happened off the field, we're not going to look up or respect that portion. But he had to get in front of the microphone yesterday and, of course, address everything.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly sounded like a guilty man.
I told you during the break, it was giving Bill Clinton.
Yeah, so he had to say the things, okay? And I'll read you a little bit of what he did have to say. He said, "I've had some difficult conversations with people I care about. My family, the organization, the coaches, the players. Those have been positive and productive. We believe in order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me, and that starts with me." So he said to have some difficult conversations with his family.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading this, and I was like, I don't think you did Rossini any favors by this situation. Because
I don't think so.
She put her foot in the ground and said, I'm going to quit The Athletic because they are saying they are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is a false narrative. There's no truth behind this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It looks bad. I was just there to get the scoop, though.
I was just
I got relationships. I got that kind of relationship with a lot of different people. Which you might. I don't know. But
there's some Sean McVay rumors.
Yeah, but Mike basically said, "Yeah, I hit it."
Yeah. Mike was like, "I did that."
Yeah, we did that. I've had to have these conversations. They're not difficult unless you did the thing. So he's had to have these difficult conversations, but it certainly sounds like he will continue to be the head coach unless like some other stuff keeps coming out. I mean, I don't know.
So did you remember like whenever the story first came out, him and Rossini both came out with statements denying the allegations.
Sure.
And Mike Vrabel called them laughable. He was like, "Oh, the pictures are laughable, the situation, whatever."
Right.
So a reporter actually asked him if he still thought that the implication of the photos was laughable, and he totally like sidestepped the question. Like he was like, "I appreciate the question, but we're gonna focus on the football team right now."
Real convenient.
So
I get it. Like it's
so funny.
I mean, he's got an obligation to speak to the media, of course, and they started, and like he's not going to let his players have to answer these questions before him. So it's one of those things, man. You just you got to take your medicine.
I mean, he kind of just like hid until yesterday, but Diana was out here just. First of all, her PR team was working overtime with that wreck.
Saving lives.
They were like, "She's a lifesaver. She's a good Samaritan." And then she like quit The Athletic, posted about it, and then tried to, like the day after the story broke, tried to tweet something like breaking something or like a report of some sort. And everybody was like, "Bro, come on. Like, what are you trying to do here?"
Bruh.
And then so she was like kind of taking it on the chin, no pun intended. And he's like just kind of hiding until yesterday.
What do you mean, no pun intended?
Just taking it on the chin, you know?
Not a great look.
No.
Not a great look for her. Like for him, he did what he had to do. He's going to keep his job, you would assume, unless like there's some other stuff that starts coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be fine.
I think so.
She had to, which, I mean, you could, I don't think that's a double standard. I think that's just like a more safe job.
I think, I don't think it's a double standard. I think she put herself out there more than Mike Vrabel did.
Right.
Like she was resigning. She was putting out statements. Right. Mike Vrabel just be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like he stayed silent until he had to go up in front of the press. So she kind of like put herself in the line of fire. Not to like victim blame her. I don't even know if she's a victim. But like not to like blame her. I don't think it's a double standard because I think she did it to herself. Thoughts, Cassie?
Yeah.
Whose side are you on? I don't know if there's sides to take here.
I'm on the side of the people.
I'm on the people. Hey, if you're married, don't do anything stupid. What's the point? Like, what are we doing?
Right.
Like, you just took your team to the Super Bowl.
Literally.
That was awful a year before.
The funnier part about this is like all the clips surfacing of Diana Rossini just like crapping on her husband any chance she got.
Oh. Something tells me he might not be that bothered by it.
Who, Mike Vrabel?
No.
Oh, the husband.
The husband.
I don't know if he allegedly hired a private investigator. That feels like a revenge move to me.
Yeah.
But I think of things differently than men do. So, like, girls think of stuff differently. Like, that's something I would do. Oh, you're cheating on me? I'm about to hire a private investigator, and I'm going to sell it to tabloids, and I'm going to...
Remember that old show that came on, like, late night?
Cheaters?
Yeah. Came on, like, Fox late night?
Yeah.
That was so stupid. So dumb.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Here's my TV crew.
And everybody would just
do they still make those?
I don't know.
They came on like 11 p.m. on Fox after
like,
everything was over.
I should have been asleep.
Should have been asleep.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody. We don't have a late night show. So here's some people cheating that we caught.
I wonder if any of those were real or if it was just all staged.
It had to be, right? I mean, it was real, and they were still like bad actors.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, we're just gonna
I thought that was
probably head to the next segment. It's
breakdown.
good stuff. It was a good breakdown, and so we'll see how it all plays out. We'll see if Diana Rossini ever gets back in the media. But we would assume Mike Vrabel still going to be the coach for the New England Patriots, headed into the draft, and we're gonna talk a little draft. What are you laughing at?
Well, somebody in the chat, Avo said, I think they stopped that show because the host got stabbed.
We're gonna have to look this up.
Right.
That would be classic. Oh my God. All right, I do have a little bit of NFL news.
Okay.
On the other side, so we'll get to that. Might be about Garrett Nussmeier and his landing spot potentially or hopefully. So stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, if you need some plumbing done and you need it done the right way, well, you know who to call. It's Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org. Go check them out on their website. You can check out kind of all the things that they do, whether it's, plumbing, gas lines, water heaters. Maybe it's a tankless water heater, never run out of hot water again. The Payne family's been doing it a long time. They are a third-generation company, so if it gets to that point, like, you've been doing it the right way. You know the right things. You are the experts, and there is nothing that you can throw at them in the plumbing world that they hadn't seen, and they are not experts at. So whether it's commercial, residential, it doesn't matter. Great customer service, great plumbers out there on the road that will get you fixed up perfectly. And guess what? What a peace of mind knowing that no matter if it's a gas line or water line, 24/7 emergency services. And that's 365 days a year too. So no matter the time, no matter the place, no matter who's playing at whatever game, national championship, whatever it is, they can call 225-230-9953, centralplumbing.org.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
At Parrish, we take pride in building roofs that last, because in Louisiana, toughness isn't just on the court, it's in your home too.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishRoof.com.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient. And the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, This is Premium Refreshment 6th Generation.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back in. Off the Bench, just cruising along here with a little Daryl Hall and John Oates serenading us all morning. I love a good Hall and Oates day. Tell you what else I love. I love Bayou Automotive. BayouAutomotive.com. If you are looking, if you're in the car market, if you're looking for a new car, used car, whatever it is, maybe you have a little teenager that just turned 16 years old and you're trying to make sure you get them a car that's affordable, but it's also really safe. Well, Bayou Automotive has got you covered. Bayou Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, anything you can think of. Make your model, you can go to BayouAutomotive.com. You can search right there, any year, any make, any model. You can go check out all their inventory. I'm seeing right here, inventory search, 262 vehicles available right now. And when you think of when we were talking to them, talking about like their value add as a car dealership, like what came to mind was like it's just easy with them. You can call, like, shopping for a car isn't like it doesn't have to be like it used to be. You don't have to go in the dealership and do all the look and learn about a car right there and then take hours to do paperwork. No, I mean, we have access to the internet. We know usually what kind of car. A lot of times what make, model, the interior color you want when you go. You can do that search right there online. You can buy a car from the comfort of your own home, and they'll drive you that vehicle. And if you buy from them, they'll also maintain that vehicle. If you need maintenance, they'll come pick it up. They'll drive it to their dealership, fix it, drive it back to you. They got 9 full-time drivers on staff. Incredibly easy to work with the people over there at Bayou Automotive. Bayou Automotive, go check them out. If you're in that market, go get a new car from Bayou, BayouAutomotive.com. All right, we got the draft, of course, starting tomorrow, which will run through the weekend. And all eyes certainly on the Saints pick at number 8. Are they going to go Mansour? Are they going to go Sonny? Who are they going to go? We don't know. We're tired of speculating. We're tired of guessing. It's about time to actually find out and have something tangible to talk about here in a couple of days. But until that point, we're going to keep speculating. But something has happened. A little news did reach out yesterday, and I saw, which I found interesting. Of course, we've been talking a lot about Garrett Nussmeier and his cyst on a spinal cord and how that might have impacted the way he played this past year and how just like annoying and frustrating that is for all LSU fans, and I'm sure for Garrett as well. But I've been saying for a long time, well, I'll say a long time, last couple of weeks, like I would love for Garrett to get in the right situation to be able to grow, learn within a good offensive scheme with stability at a coaching staff. And I've said, man, would love for him to go to the Rams. My second choice for him would be the Packers, just because that play style that he has is, I think, a little bit similar to Jordan Love. But for years, I have compared him, since he's been here, I've compared him to the play style of Matthew Stafford. Now, I'm not comparing the players. I'm comparing the play styles. Very talented with your arm, can throw it. Like when I first went and saw Garrett Nussmeier in practice in a scrimmage when he was a freshman, making throws and reads and decisions that you can't really teach. He anticipated people getting open over the middle, which is hard to do as a freshman coming out of high school in a college atmosphere, in Tiger Stadium, in a scrimmage. The anticipation, the ability to know that I can fit it in. It might not look open. That route might not look open to most people, but to me, I see leverage on a defensive back. I see a linebacker with his back turned. He was able to pull the trigger, and Matthew Stafford has always been really good at that. Able to throw from different arm angles as well. Of course, Matthew Stafford has like one of the most gifted arm talents, ball out of the hand, wrist, finger extension pronation, like one of the best we've ever seen do it at different arm angles. Matthew Stafford's still doing it. He'll be a Hall of Famer. Of course, got his first MVP this past season. Was it his first? I can't remember. Anyway.
I think it was.
That is my hope, that he goes there. Gets to learn from one of the best to ever do it. Sean McVay has had one of the top offenses almost every year that he's been the head coach. I think he's been the head coach for the Rams for 9 years. Isn't that wild? 9 years Sean McVay's been the head coach for the Rams. So that is where that I'm sitting, and I think that would be a fantastic landing spot for him. Well, I saw some news yesterday that piqued my interest a little bit. Rams' backup quarterback is Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo has played, he's played football for quite a long time. He has, he's played 12 years. He's made over $156 million, Jimmy Garoppolo, and currently 34 years old. He's actually contemplating retirement right now. That came out yesterday, and Sean McVay had to address this, and he said, we leave the door open. You don't want to, press him. We want to be able to give him his time to make that decision, and he knows where we stand, which I'm sure they want him back. I mean, he's one of the top backup quarterbacks in the league. Once was a starter, he was a high draft pick. I was actually with him his rookie year in New England. So if he retires, certainly that moves up the time frame. Now, Garrett has, once we had said that, we don't know where he's going to get drafted. We don't know if he was going to, halfway through the season, I don't know if he's draftable at this point. Well, everything has come. He's done all the right things, performed great at the Senior Bowl, had a good combine show, and has shown people that, look, there was an issue. It wasn't just me forgetting how to throw the football, how to read defenses. I didn't overnight start to suck. That's not me that last season was. So let's go back. Let's look at the complete body of work of my years at LSU, and let's take a look at everything. And so since then, I don't know if anybody's helped themselves more than Garrett Nussmeier has in this whole draft process. You go from a late round guy to now being thought of as probably a second to fourth round grade for most teams. That doesn't mean he's going to go in the second, but they put him a 2 to 4 grade. I don't know if anybody's going to have him outside of that, but the Rams are one of those teams that now other people are projecting might scoop him up in that second or third round. Of course, the Rams, a really good team, probably the second best team in the NFL last year. I think the only team that could have beat the Seahawks at that time of the year was the Rams, and they, of course, got beat in the NFC Championship. That, to me, was the Super Bowl, that NFC Championship game. So they don't need as much help as other teams. So it would be so fantastic if Garrett could go to the Rams. So that's where I'm hoping for him. That's where I'm going to predict him. And now with Jimmy Garoppolo actually contemplating retirement, and even if he doesn't retire, there's uncertainty there now for the Rams organization, their GM, their head coach, all their scouts. They have to be looking at the future a little bit, and hopefully that future could potentially be Garrett Nussmeier. I don't know who else it's going to be. I don't think a Carson Beck fits the mold of that type of offense. There's maybe a couple of other players that do. I don't know if Taylon Green fits the mold of that offense. Those are guys that are kind of in the same, have kind of the same grade as Nussmeier. I think Nussmeier would be a good addition to them for that, and could fit weather nicely with the Sean McVay offense. So here's the hoping, I guess. And that's all we can do right now, because it's all hope. It's all guesses. Nobody knows. But guess what? We'll know in a couple days. Cassie, Garrett Nussmeier, what team's he going to be on in 3 days?
The Rams.
I guess. Alondra, what team's Garrett Nussmeier going to be on?
I guess the Rams. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. Come on, people. You could have picked 31 other.
The Rams are Pittsburgh.
Okay, Pittsburgh's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, not a bad one. That's my guy Aaron Rodgers going to do. Who knows? All right. Well, there you have it. It's official. Nussmeier's going to the Rams, because all three of us said the same thing. Lady Kane would have said something different if she could speak, but she can't. Stick with us. We're going to close out this show, whatever this show was. We're going to close it out next, right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right. Trash Rangers. TrashRangers.com. The best trash removal service in all of Louisiana. And it's not just trash. It's also sanitation. Portable toilets, y'all. So go to TrashRangers.com. Check out their sanitation department. It's their newest branch of their company, and it handles all portable toilets for construction sites. If you have a festival, if you have a big party, whatever it is, if you're in need of that portable toilet, make sure you're using Trash Rangers Sanitation Department. Best in the business, fastest deliveries, best pickups, flush it out, all the good stuff. You know what I'm talking about. And also just the regular Trash Rangers trash removal service, residential, commercial dumpster removals. From a commercial standpoint, you call them, talk to them about the size of your business, how many people you got, how much trash you make on an average week, and they can customize that pickup schedule. Maybe it's one time a week. Maybe it's 6 times a week. It doesn't really matter. And they can do pickups on weekends. So go check them out. TrashRangers.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Everything you need for a stunning garden is at the Plant Barn in Baton Rouge. From trees and shrubs to plants and pottery, the Plant Barn has it all at great prices. Visit us today on Valley Street, right off Perkins Road in South Downs.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool that crisp.
Off the Bench, presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back in here. Off the Bench. We're closing out the show today. What a great show, I think. I have no idea. Blacked out. It's the new and improved tripod. Alondra Cassie, thank y'all. Lady Kane, co-rushing it. Hey, I meant to play this. First of all, hold on. Last segment. We're going to get to Ask the Bench here in a second. Brought to you by Dos Equis. Drink Dos Equis. Best beer around. Stay thirsty, my friends. Cassie, can you play that video real quick? I want to make fun of Fernando Mendoza real fast. He's going to be drafted #1 tomorrow. But let's take just a quick moment to make fun of him. He threw out the first pitch for the Marlins yesterday. Watch this. Whoa. A thrower of a ball in a sport didn't look very good throwing a baseball.
To be fair, Joe Burrow did that, and he didn't look good doing it either.
I mean, he's like the most football.
It's the finger guns for me.
I think, did he do the strikeout with finger guns?
It was a strike. It looked like he went, and it wasn't a strike.
And look, I know it's just he's in jeans.
Little high, little outside.
He looks like Smalls from the Sandlot right now. If I'm a GM, I gotta take this into consideration. Honestly, it's not great. Anyway, good luck, Fernando. You're absolutely electric nerd. Hope you have a great career, but maybe no more first pitches. Let's see. Hashtag Ask the Bench here. Brought to you by Dos Equis. Matt, did you see yourself tagged on the Saint Zurich post? No, I didn't. I have to check it out, but I was there, and the Saints were there. A lot of Saints players out there yesterday raising money for a great cause yesterday at the Zurich Open. Little celebrity shootout, a.k.a. washed up guy that used to play football. Ask the Bench, if you had to move to a city you've never been to before, what city would you pick? Never been to before? I've been to a lot of cities.
In the United States?
Yeah, I guess so. I've been to most of the big cities, so I don't know if I have an answer.
I would go to somewhere in Maine. What's the place in Maine everybody goes to because it's pretty?
Yeah. Hey, I don't have an answer for you because I think I've been to most of the big cities, but I love you, and I thank you for the question. Thank you for joining us. Stick with us tomorrow. Go America.
Off the bench.
Go America, and also go Rouse's Markets. Go to Rouse's.com. Cassie's like, what? Rouse's.com? It's a grocery store, Matt, for crying out loud. Why are you sending me there? Well, if you go to Rouse's.com, you can type in your zip code. And when you type in your zip code, it's going to show you the nearest Rouse's Market next to you, nearest your house. But what else is going to tell you? It's going to tell you all the specials that they're running. And they change daily. They change weekly, monthly. There's different specials. You can save when you grocery shop just by going to the website, Rouse's.com, and checking out what they're serving. Crawfish season right now. Alondra's favorite, strawberry season as well. Beautiful strawberries. You kidding me? So if you're going to do it, make sure you're doing it at Rouse's Market. It's the best grocery store around, all the way through the Gulf Coast, the Gulf South. They got those markets, and they're giving back to the community. A great local Louisiana company, Rouse's Markets, Rouse's.com.
The experts at Hood Dental Care want you smiling bigger and healthier than ever. New patients can get a healthy gums cleaning for just $89, plus a free exam and full mouth x-rays. A $376 value. With over 3,000 five-star Google reviews, 5 local locations, and easy online scheduling with same-day care. Hood Dental makes it simple to get started. And we always have other great giveaways for new patients. Check out hooddentalcare.com and schedule your appointment today.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Bayou Ford has the new 25 Ford F-150 Lariat truck with $12,000 off MSRP, plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
At Parrish, we take pride in building roofs that last, because in Louisiana, toughness isn't just on the court, it's in your home too.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.